Good afternoon from Central Hardin High School. The Central Hardin Bruins will be hosting the Elizabethtown Panther today in our spring opener for high school baseball in this 2018 season. I'm Dan McCamus. Joining me today is Chris Kiger, and we're here to bring you district action this early in the year.
Yes.
And Chris, we've got, what do you want to say, 46 degrees, a little breeze blowing, that wind chill is there. It's not a baseball day, it is a snowball day.
But you grit your teeth, get some dirt on you, and you don't feel it. You know what I mean? You played in this kind of weather, you just out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
You know?
The players don't notice that at all.
No, not this game.
Well, it's we have the Panthers coming in today. They're 3-4 on the year. They played 7 games in about 3 weeks with the weather keeping them out. Central comes in 6-0, kind of picking up off the end of that year. E-Town into the regional tournament and had an early loss out in that and had a real strong team. They just came in and lost some key players from that last year. Matt Coolidge, Jacob Pippi, Luke Gaddis, Ben Godfrey, Graham Meek to graduation, and they've had a couple of blows.
Injuries.
Had some injuries. Of course, they've lost Becker to an injury, and he's out. And also I think a key behind this was the catcher in Mr. Webb, who's one of the better catchers you'll see around there, and he's out right now for about 4 or 5 weeks. And Coach Pitts is like Coach Pitts is always is. You know what? It happens. We can't do anything about it. So off we go.
Do the best you can.
These young players are going to get some experience.
That's exactly right.
And
they've got some senior guys out there on the field to help them kind of play well.
So it's a matter of how we develop through this early spring into May when we get ready for tournament time. Central comes back with a kind of a little veteran lineup, and then you just simply look at Jones, who's a sophomore down there.
I know. That's crazy.
And you look at Heidelman's back. Chase Elmore back. Brendan Grider probably the ace of their staff.
Right.
Cooper Jones. There we go. And they just come back. Tyler Wood, the catcher, one of the better catchers you'll see around also.
Right.
A more veteran squad. And so that's one of the things that they bring back, a little more veteran squad, and they're hoping to just build off that.
Well,
we're on the field, and so we're getting ready for the national anthem, so we'll pause for that, and then we'll come back with the starting lineups.
Play ball.
Let's
do it.
Ed Cecil will be working behind the plate today. John Decker will be our base umpire. Brendan Grider will be on the mound for Central. And, Chris, you got E-Town's lineup. Let's go ahead and give that starting lineup for the Panthers.
Lineup, and it's leading off and playing center field for E-Town today is Wes Irwin. Batting second and playing shortstop is Jay Gregory. Batting third and playing right field, Logan Greenwell. Pitching today for the E-Town Panthers is Paul Fipke. Playing third base for E-Town is Coleman Clark. The DH for the Panthers today is Cade Bailey. Playing left field for the Panthers today is Spencer Brandenburg. First baseman for the Elizabethtown Panthers is Ben Piles. Playing second base today for E-Town is Camden Williams, and rounding out the lineup is the catcher, Brandon Parsons, who will be behind the plate. And like you said, there's several freshmen starting for E-Town today in a big game, district game. But you got to grow up sometime.
That's right. And
why not now?
Why not now? It's, like I said, a district game that started off here, and the weather's not perfect, but you know what? Both teams play in the same conditions.
Yes.
We were on the field a little early, Chris. The grass is a little soft.
Yes. It's always soft in left field at this particular field, Central Park here.
Yeah, okay.
And I noticed on my phone, 48 degrees right now, but 32 is the wind chill.
Well,
so
okay.
We'll see how things go.
That's cool. For Central, Austin Heidemann lead off, play short. Skylar Lucas will hit second and play second. Jack Bibb will be hitting third and playing right field. Tyler Wood be the catcher, hitting fourth. Cooper Jones will hit fifth, playing first. Isaac Peters in center field, hitting sixth. Dylan Bland will be the DH for Brendan Grider, the pitcher. He'll hit seventh. Dylan's out with some arm problem. He's just DHing right now.
I believe he had Tommy John surgery.
Yeah. Yes, Carson Yates will hit eighth, playing third base, and Chase Elmore will be in left field. As Brendan Grider steps on the mound, one of the more experienced pitchers, and he'll look in and take a look at Wes Irwin to lead it off. Here's the first pitch. Welcome to baseball. Outside, ball one, breaking pitch.
Had a little bit of curve to it there, but just on the outside part of the plate. Wow.
And that's how you started off.
Exactly. Well hit right up the middle.
So Wes Irwin singles right up the pipe.
Hit it right where it came from, which is what you're supposed to do. You squared it up, hit it well.
Yes, it did. Here's Jay Gregory, the shortstop. Jay had a little bit of playing time last year.
Yes.
Cold weather will affect your base running a little bit. You make sure your legs are loose and don't want to pull a muscle here. I don't know if they'll run too early, but they're running on the first pitch, and there's a throw, and they should have him.
And they did.
And, boy, you talk about coming out with a bullet down to second base. That was Wood. Even though it was a little high, it was there in plenty of time. So E-Town being aggressive.
Yes. Got to take your chances when you can. And that was worth it. Up, ball hit to the hole. Heidemann backhands it, fires across.
Just
does get it.
Good hustle by Gregory.
Yes.
Now batting for E-Town, number 17, Greenwell.
6-3, 2 outs. And Chris, I'm using a new score sheet today, so I'm trying to get.
Yeah, this is my first time getting scored in a long time, so I'm relearning some of this stuff. It may take me a while.
Okay, here is Logan Greenwell.
Breaking pitch over the plate. Strike one. Looking. Greenwell is one of the seniors that plays right field for E-Town.
Well, you know, the Bruins, and quote a little bit here from Mr. Jones in the News Enterprise, who always a little low on that one, 1-1. A little bit talking that they continue to reload, and again, I think that's probably a good term. They're mixing some of the newer ones in with the more experience, and they're still a young team.
Yes. Wow.
Breaking pitch on the corner.
Pitch right on the house. Right on the black part of the plate, as they say.
1-2. And Elizabethtown again. When you lose Webb, you lose Becker. You just that one's low. 2-2.
Yeah.
You two big bats out of your lineup, and so you work with that.
Yes, and they lost some speed too, and speed is such a key. It creates a lot of pressure on the defense.
However, it's ball three outside, 3-2 full count. There's two away. It's you're going to learn from this point on.
Absolutely. That one kind of hung up in the air.
Heidelman gets it on 2 hops, got to throw across the field, makes it good. A good pickup over there from Cooper Jones. Goes 6-3 for the third out. So 3 up and 3 down, even though we had a leadoff hit from Wes Irwin. And no errors in the inning and nobody left on base. So we'll be coming into that bottom of the first inning. Now,
yes, sir.
2 or 3 things I want to say here. First of all, we've got a new crew down working for us a little bit. And so let me see if I can get through. Here's part of our crew today. Of course, Dale Ming is our director, but all these students from Central Hardin, but Amy Loomis think she's down working on graphics. She's a senior here. Adam Thomas, a junior. Kyla Mattingly, a sophomore. Jacob Reisner, a senior. And Lauren Wilson, a sophomore. That's our crew today.
Central. Okay.
And they're down here freezing to
Yes.
death on these cameras. and we're up in the press, which is a little
Right.
warmer.
Yes, it is.
And,
it's nice up here.
Bless all their hearts down there because they make it look mighty easy for us, but we appreciate all the work of the
Yeah, they're doing all the work. We get the easy stuff.
HCEC-TV. And we want to thank, we'll start this out with thanking our sponsors that are going to be taking care of our programming. And Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, West Point Bank, Bluegrass Cellular, and E-Town Exterminating. And this is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. And HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. And they just put up with me. But
how many years have you been doing this?
You know, Chris, somebody asked me that the other day, and I go back. I was working in the 90s with football and a little basketball, a little baseball, and then
Broadcasting.
broadcasting.
Okay.
And I stopped doing football in 2004,
right?
and still filled in some with basketball.
I can't imagine doing basketball or football. That's too much going on.
And then been doing baseball a long time, and I just trying to think back and look. Kendra Stewart and I worked football for a long time. Kendra,
She's
wonderful.
a good gal.
Marty Fulkerson.
Yep.
Gee whiz, and Dick Curtis and I worked back like Dick Curtis, and I've worked with some marvelous people. And of course, Dwayne and I have been working for several years at this, and but it's been a few years, and
You've seen a lot of sites.
you know what? I've seen some really good ball players.
Yeah.
Here we go for Central. Leading off here is Austin Heidemann, and first pitch comes up from Fipke.
Looks like it was a ball up high and a curve ball. Had a little bit of break to it.
I've seen a lot of good players. I've had a lot of good coaches, and seen some great ball games.
Bet you have E-Town, the area, Hardin County, E-Town area, always seems like they have good talent baseball-wise.
Well, I think we have good talent baseball, but I think it's just a great credit to the schools and the coaches and all the work they put into it for the years. And let me tell you what, it's improved immensely. But we have facilities, I'd say, just comparable to anywhere in the state. And much as I would, you don't pick on these boys, we have some of the best umpiring. You don't always have to agree with them, but we have some of the best umpiring in the state of Kentucky right here in this area.
That's a tough job, too.
Yes, it is.
Without question.
And we get a walk. So Heidemann's on with a walk to lead things off.
Number 17, second baseman.
Yes.
Skylar Lucas.
Here's Skylar Lucas, the second baseman. Now, I know one thing Coach Thompson does.
I know two things he does.
Yes, but he can bunt, and then he might bunt, and he might bunt,
yeah,
and he might bunt.
And I'd say with who knows what they'll do about running. Like you said, it's cold.
It's cold, and
Just don't know. But we'll see.
Now, there's a call strike on the first pitch. Now, Brandon Parsons behind the plate, a freshman.
Yes.
And so, he'll be checked out.
Yes, absolutely.
And one
He'll
thing
be tested.
He'll be tested, and he'll get better at things he does.
Absolutely.
Whoa, leaning the wrong way, but he got back.
And then there's that. And they know that the Central's a running team, so you got to keep them honest by just throwing it over every now and then. Just let them know they're there.
But in saying that, behind the plate, the throws to second has a lot with glove work and footwork.
Yes.
And those things, it's just really difficult to simulate till you get in game condition.
Right.
Boy, they just about got him, and they did.
They did. Wow.
He took a step in the wrong direction, and nice move over to first base from Fipke, and Heidemann picked off first.
Yes. Bang,
Not
bang,
the way
play,
you
but
want to start.
It was the right call. He hit the ball was there, and the tag was there too.
So both teams get their leadoff runner home. Both teams have them a race. So one away. Here's Lucas still batting. 1-1, and there's a ground ball to short. And that may have been resolved anyhow. It might have been a double play.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Good play by Gregory there. Stayed
Goes
down.
6-3.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 34, right fielder.
Yeah,
Jack
2 down.
Bibb.
Right
I think
fielder Jack Bibb coming to the plate for Central.
I think Central was definitely wanting to check Parsons' arm right off the bat.
I think so too.
But
Got a little greedy. Sometimes that happens.
well, you want a big lead, but you can't make that false step, and that's
Sure.
what happened. It's
Ooh. Got a hit batter.
and that will sting.
Yes, it will.
Now,
Now batting for the Bruins, number 4.
But you're just supposed to rub some dirt on it and keep on playing, right?
I'll tell you
that
something
what
else.
they-
I'll tell you
is that what
something
you
else. Sting. I'll tell you something else. Sting is an aluminum bat in this cold weather.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right. All
When
right.
I played high school baseball, we had 4 wooden bats,
Is that right?
and I hope we didn't break one. We got a dozen baseballs to start the season. That was that, and we didn't play many games.
Good stop right there. Ball in the dirt. Ball
Bibb.
1 to Wood.
Bibb taking a good jump after the throw to the
Yes.
plate. I
They-
imagine what I was going to say is Mr. Fipke got their attention early with his throws over there.
Yes. I'm not familiar with Bibb's speed. Don't
Well,
know. But,
number 3 in the lineup, you got some speed up in the front part, and with 2 outs, and you got your cleanup man
Clear
up
up
there, you may want to be running here and get him in
True.
scoring position.
Good pitch right across the plate for strike 1.
Good pitch on the knees, not
Yes.
what you're looking at.
Got 1 ball and 1 strike on the catcher for Central, Tyler Wood. Number 40. Tipke comes set, throws over to first just to check, and he's back in safe.
Well, they say the best lead you get is when you go back on a slide and your hand gets to the base before the ball. That's a safe. That's as much as you can get.
Yes.
It's not taking that first step. Foul
Swung
to the
on
left side.
We got a 1 ball, 2 strikes. A runner at first here.
The lights are on here early. It's cloudy and a little overcast. Coach Pitt said, well, the sun come out, we think we'd have it made. But
That's right.
we'll be at John Hardin on Thursday. That'll be a tape game, but Elizabethtown will be at John Hardin, another district game. And we'll be there on Thursday. And
Yes, ball 2 counts 2 and 2.
we've got
2 the batter.
games this year with, I think we got Meade, LaRue, and
Wow.
Elizabethtown, John Hardin, North Hardin, Central Hardin. So we'll be moving around a little bit.
Yeah. It should be an exciting year, too.
Oh, yes, that's fouled in the dirt. Still 2 and 2.
It's always interesting.
I know he's trying to stay away from that 3-2 pitch. Doesn't want to put the runner in motion with 2 outs. And
Right.
Fipke, I think he's very composed when he's on the
Yes.
mound, and he has good control. That
Yes.
really makes him effective.
I can remember him being on the Peanut League team with one of my sons, and he's always been a very consistent player.
Big pop up in the infield. That gets a call from Gregory. It's short, comes in, takes it behind the pitcher's mound, and we've got the 3rd out. Wood down on a pop up to short. So we've gone an inning. There's no score. There were no runs, no hits. 1 left on for Central. And after 1 complete, we're looking at no score. And in the E-Town second, they will have Fipke, Clark, and DH Cade Bailey as their hitters. And let's go back and thank our sponsors here a little bit again. Brandenburg Telecom, they're providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, where you can get more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. They're online at physicaltherapyky.com. E-Town Apartments, Mark Harris Construction. If you need a new pad, then you can hop on over to etownapartments.com or you can call 270-268-RENT, R-E-N-T. West Point Bank, 5 offices in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Glendale, West Point, and Upton. You find them online at westpointbank.com. They can help you make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. Bluegrass Cellular, offering some of the most affordable unlimited plans anywhere. And that's where wireless works. They're at bluegrasscellular.com. And my old buddies over Mr. Rich and family over at E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. They're online at mugabug.com.
Mugabug.com.
There you go. Mug
Very
those
nice.
bugs.
So you played baseball and you only had 4 wooden bats and 12 baseballs.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
that's about it.
Do you remember what kind of baseball bats they were? They have big barrels on them, or?
Well, they kind of one of each. You know, you got a lighter one, a middle one, and a
Okay.
thick handle one, and a skinny handle, and they all were made from the slugger.
Okay, very good.
And I broke 3 of them.
Did
so
you? Did you break them swinging, or did you
I
break them?
break
in-
them swing because Coach
like
said,
Bo Jackson over your
no,
head?
no.
You
He
didn't do
said you got to hold the grain right when you hit it. And I
that?
said,
Okay,
at least I hit it.
right.
But
You had to hold it with the label towards you, right?
we had practice bats. They had
Okay.
plastic all up and down the lines, and then if you broke a bat, you put nails in it, and you practice swinging with that. You take batting practice with that. Couldn't use the good bat.
All right, we're about to start the top of the second inning here with the pitcher for E-Town, Paul Thipke. Well, that one broke at the very last second across the plate for strike 1.
Where'd you play baseball?
I played baseball at Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
That's why you're a North Carolina fan.
That's correct. Fouled
I knew I
off.
was going to get that in there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I mean, it's. I mean, you can't help it.
No.
But that's okay. We'll forgive you today.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I played baseball because I couldn't do anything else. Football, scared to death of football.
Well,
Could stop right
you
there and
coached
just
a little bit here at Central
Yeah,
too.
I did. Enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Love the game. There's a lot of strategy, and I know it's just fun. It's interesting. That's
Hard
getting
hit.
hard.
Heidelman 3 hops. Bang, bang.
Very good play. 6'3".
And they've checked Heidelman out pretty good down
Yeah,
there. So, that's the
absolutely.
3rd time he's played one.
He's got some good hands. Good hands.
You know,
It was a well hit ball too.
and a little bit. I mean, my high school senior year, we played 13 ball games.
Is that right?
I mean, that was the most they'd ever
Wow.
played in a season because we basically played Friday night and Saturday. And, of course, we didn't play baseball till the 1st of April, and the district
Right.
tournament was the 1st week of May.
Oh my! Wow.
Well, school got out, see,
Yeah.
and in May, and
Things have changed a bit.
yeah, and
Oh, that ball's hit well.
right into center. That's Peters under it, puts it away.
Yeah, the rules have changed. It seems like they can play about, is it 32? There's a certain amount they can play.
Yeah, 32, 35, but I guess how you get in a tournament, how that may.
Right.
But I remember coaching in Greene County. Greensburg was playing 30 games because they had lights and played at night.
That was one of the questions I was going to ask you
Yeah.
about lights. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Here comes a pitch from Grider. Swung on. Good swing by Cade Bailey. Strike 1. Cade Bailey is the DH, right?
Yeah, ground
And-
out by Fipke to Heidelman, and Coleman Clark hits a fly to center, 2nd out.
And Cade is a junior at E-Town.
Strike
Next
on that
pitch,
corner.
right on the corner, man. That's a good. Hard to hit a ball hard as a right-hander from that area where he threw that ball right there.
Well, if you try to pull it, you ground out,
Right.
and you got to hit it to right field, and that was not basically his pitch.
No. Swung on, missed, but the
And
catcher dropped it.
they're going to have to hurry too. And just
Well
got it.
played.
So it's a strikeout with an assist, and that's a strikeout with an assist to the catcher. But the 3rd out, and so Elizabethtown sent 6 up, 6 down, but they did have a hit to lead off. But there's no score here in the second. There's no runs and no hits and no errors and no one left on base as we go into that, coming that bottom of the second. For Central, in the bottom of the second, they'll be sending Cooper Jones, Isaac Peter, and Dylan Bland, the DH. That's what they have scheduled to the plate. Now, you can tune in weekly for From the Sidelines and, on HCEC-TV, and all local HCEC-TV programs air on Brandenburg Telecom, Comcast Channel 2, and TWC Cable Channel 25. And we have a lot of programming runs through Hardin County Educational TV.
They do a good job with it, too.
Well, and and then part of it, we got a crew here today working baseball and this, and they have a great studio crew. They do this editing, and that's a nice thing on tape games. When we do tapes, they can pretty well edit us away.
Is that right?
But
make it sound good.
Oh yeah, well I don't know if I'll ever sound good, but it's what you do think is we've had some students that have moved on up the line, gone to college and work on some of these things, and it just listen. I've been here. We did a ball game off the iPhones one time.
Oh my goodness!
We broadcast off
Sure.
the iPhones and shot everything. We've done some different type of cameras and things
Good deal.
that you're trying to learn about up-to-date techniques, and I'm not even sure how they do all that.
Right.
But man,
there's a way. I don't know either.
But I noticed what they were doing a while ago. Like cameras down here, they were running wires and ready to go.
Sophomore Cooper Jones steps to the plate.
Seemed like he played forever. He played at the 8th grader, and I'll tell you, if you put one in his wheelhouse, you'll kiss it by.
Yeah,
because he has some great power here.
He does. He can hit it without question. Wearing Hank Aaron's number 44, right? Did Hank Aaron wear number 44? Maybe.
I think that's correct.
Hammer and Hank.
Well, that is drilled, and that's going to run him 2 bases without a problem, even though we're up in a hurry out there. That's.
Well, we slid in for good measure there.
Brandenburg up with it and gets it in quickly, but right off the bat, he hit that one a little bit on the outside, and it's where you hit it. And
he sure did.
And he hit it well.
Yes, he did.
And so here is Isaac Peters. Now,
I believe Peters is the only senior on this team playing today. Well, I guess Grider's pitching. He's a senior.
Yeah.
But, yes, he's a center fielder, number 2, Isaac Peters.
And I wouldn't be a bit surprised they don't try to move him over to third here quickly. We'll see. Yes, they do.
Yep.
And it fouled away.
Didn't get it down. It's tough to do.
Showed it late and didn't get squared around.
It was up in the zone, too. Those are hard sometimes to bunt, get them down.
Yeah, ideally you want this to go down the first base line to get your runner over to third.
Right.
Or you can get it a little harder down the third base line, and if your pitcher, third baseman can't get it, you make your pitcher try to cover it and wheel and throw, and that's always not a good move. Well, let's see. It's there, and it's
just about. They're doing the right thing, just not getting it down and get it fair.
2 strikes, and I've coached, and you didn't get it down the first 2 times. Guess what? Go ahead and bunt the third time. Bunt it or go sit down, and we'll learn to bunt.
Well, think about it. Go down, sit down, think about it a while.
But because the coaches know the abilities of these kids, and bunting on 2 strikes is not out of the picture anymore. Ooh, nice play right
by
there.
The pitcher.
Fipke, that extra infielder that you have. That's a good play.
Yes, he caught it, did exactly what you're supposed to do. He looked the runner back to second, made the easy play. Of course, when Fipke's not pitching, he's usually at shortstop, and he's a good infielder, smart kid.
So, hit it hard. If it had gotten over the pitcher's head, he'd have moved the runner. But you know what? Game of inches. Just like football.
Exactly right.
Here is Dylan Bland, the DH. In the dirt.
Ball 1. to Dylan Bland, who is one of the young men who's having some surgery done on his shoulder, right? Or elbow.
Yeah, it's just that swinging the bat's not as near the strain as you're trying to throw.
Tipke kind of does a little deal there and checks the runner, keeps him honest. Steps back in to the rubber.
Pretty good crowd on hand for the weather. They just bundled up and come on. That's the way to do it. Support them. There's a ball. That's a base hit. That's going to be in the gap, and here comes Jones, going to score easily. And they bobble a little bit, and that's, boy, I tell you, that was heads up running right there by Dylan Bland. He rounded first and saw that little bobble out there, so it's going to be a single and an error that puts him down to second base. Bland gets a single, and then he goes to second on an error on the right fielder.
They are well coached. They watch those things, and when they see that bobble, like you said, you take off. You don't hesitate.
Yeah, and he didn't, and that's but Cameron Jones around to Cooper Jones around to score.
Yes, and then we got Carson Yates, the third baseman, number 21, steps to the plate.
Ooh, and the ball by, and that gets the runner over 30. He squared late to bunt, and the pitch was high. I think the pitch was a ball.
I believe so, too.
He didn't bunt at it.
Yeah, I think he
did call a strike. He said he bunted at it. Okay. So the pitch is a strike.
Yeah.
But the effect is it's like you put down a bunt, and that puts the runner 90 feet closer.
Yes.
Now a ground ball in second or short will score him.
Yes.
May not on the corners. Or you got a possibility of a bunt, pass ball, error.
Yes.
Oh, inside. Runner's going back to third, hit the batter, made it dead in the ball. Dead in the box, and it's a strike.
He attempted.
That's one way to break up a bunt. Put it in there and make your choice, duck or whatever.
Coach Thompson and the umpire are going to have a little chat here about it.
Well,
but like you said,
he squared and he bunted at it, came right at him, and that's. He's asking to see if he bunted at it. So we'll see if he asks, and he's going to ask. So. Not arguing. It's just a point of whether he bunted at it or it hit him and he couldn't bunt at it. Because the home plate umpire is behind the pitch, and it is a strike. He said he bunted at it and he got hit by it, so that is a strike.
Way to be.
That's the way to be.
We got an 0-2 count, no balls, and 2 strikes.
Runner at third.
Central's ahead 1-0. The 1 out. Yeah, I wonder what they'll do here. They'll.
Well, high.
Okay. That's what you're supposed to do with an 0-2 pitch, kind of get it up, and hopefully they'll chase after it.
If you're third, a balk, an error, a hit, a wild pitch, a pass ball, could be a bases loaded walk.
Could be.
Or hit batsman with base loaded, and it's foul. I think there's 7 ways you score from third.
I was getting ready to say there's 7 ways.
I don't know if I can name them all, but that being, that's why that runner at third's much easier to. And right now with 1 out, E-Town infield in on the corners enough to come to the plate, so the pitcher in first and third can come home, but second and short will go to first.
Good pitch.
And took a pitch,
Very
and boy,
nice
it was a nice, good pitch.
Right on the inside part of the plate.
Right on that corner.
Froze him.
Yeah, not a good one to hit, but a good one to pitch. And
yes.
So 2 away. Here's Elmore.
Left fielder.
Left fielder.
Chase.
Tall fella.
Yes, he's also a basketball player, as you can tell. He's an athlete.
He wants to put it in play, hopefully as a hit. Breaking pitch stayed inside. And that pitch is a good pitch. If you can throw a breaking pitch inside back of the batter off the plate, it makes your breaking pitch on the corner.
Yes.
Much more effective.
It's a
Nice
good
foul
swing right
back.
there. Good
Yeah.
cut. Did you ever do any pitching,
You know, I pitched.
or were you a thrower? Because there's a difference, you know.
I was
Pitcher.
never a pitcher. Probably wasn't a good thrower. I was a catcher and probably wasn't a good catcher, but
Okay.
I just I like behind the plate.
I do too.
And
That was
you-
my favorite position, was catching.
Now,
All right, ball inside, so the count now, Dan, is two balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Runner on third.
we didn't, play a large number of games. Like I said, 13 was we were 12-1 my senior year.
My goodness.
And the guy that
Good
beat
stuff.
us was a guy from Meade County named Timberlake. He went to the pros. And I batted, and he was a left-handed thrower, and I was left-handed. And I know he threw 3 pitches. I heard him.
That's not right. You didn't see it, but you
I
heard
did
him.
not see him. And he could hum it.
Wow.
And,
Good pitch.
yeah, don't leave too early because that's
Yeah,
right down the
you don't
pike.
do stuff like that. Well, I heard about this pitcher that plays for the Angels that pitches well and hits well, too. Otani, I think is his name.
Well, there's a big bounce right there. Oop, little bobble, and if he don't get it, the
Just
run's going to
enough.
score.
Just enough to get him in.
So the second error of the inning has
You got what you wanted from the pit, on the
Right,
defensive
right.
side. You got your ground ball, but did not execute. That hurts. But the run comes home and keeps the inning going for the Bruins.
Yeah.
Now batting, top of the order, shortstop, Austin Heidemann.
Heidemann got on base with a walk and then was thrown out or picked off.
Yes.
And there's another ball that's going to get away. And there goes Elmore to second.
Yes.
And what you do with there, and that puts a runner in scoring position if
Yes.
you get a base hit. Because Elmore has enough speed, he'll come around the bases.
Absolutely.
With 2 outs, you'll be running on anything.
Right.
You don't have to wait and see.
Not much thinking involved. Those are the kind of base running things I like to do when you have to think.
And that one may get CIs, and it does.
There it does.
And that's a big difference. And there's going to be a throw the plate. It's not going to be near in time, and going to let the runner go to second. So Heidelman watching the throw come to the plate, and they missed the cutoff
There you go.
man.
Yes.
And if you don't hit the cutoff man,
Now
you put the
batting
guy.
for Bruins, number 17,
That comes back to that coaching. They've practiced these things, and they've been practicing them and put them into play. You don't hit your cutoff man, it comes back to hurt. So they got another guy in score position, and that brings up Skylar Lucas, the second baseman. He's a junior as well.
But the pass ball, getting a runner in scoring position,
Right.
results in a run. And like I said, then you get a hit, and he's running on anything. Hit it wasn't hit that
Exactly.
deep. But now the ball didn't fly out there. Once it hit that grass, it started slowing down.
Right, right.
And but on the throw to the plate, Heidelman really watching him. When he saw the high throw, he kept
Yeah,
going.
he sure did. Swung on, hit down the right field line.
And good
Excellent
hustle!
effort.
What a hustle!
Good effort.
Right there, that's Greenwell.
Yes.
He was all out, just couldn't quite find it.
I had a coach in, I guess when I was probably 10, that told me that little things win baseball games. And, some of these mistakes hurt. Got to overcome those, keep playing.
Well, and it's E-Town had a couple of games, back-to-back games, they scored 15 runs. Then they
Yes.
go in and play 2 games and
Mhm.
score 1. And so the hitting has to
Yes.
come around, and basically right now nobody's playing consistent enough to get
Right.
on track. It's just been cold. They're not playing every day.
Right.
And
It's hard
then-
to get into a rhythm.
the other
Exactly.
things is It's a little colder today. Both teams have playing that, understand, but
Right,
still,
exactly.
you're not on the field every day fielding the ball and,
Right.
and getting the practice in you need. It's just hard to go out and practice in rain and 20
Yes.
degree, snow and
It has not been pleasant weather.
big hop now. And we get the third out of the inning as Williams comes over, fields that one, and Skylar Lucas is out 4-3 for the third out. For Central, they had a leadoff double from Cooper Jones, and then we had a single by Dylan Bland down the line. Had 2 errors mixed in the base, and we had another single by Wiedemann. So we're going to get 3 runs on 3 hits, and they're going to leave 1 on base, and there were 2 errors in the inning.
Yes.
So we've got 2 in now. It's 3-0 Central. For Elizabethtown, they're scheduled up the bottom 3, 7, 8, and 9 to be Brandenburg, Piles, and Williams as their scheduled hitter. And we want to thank our crew again today. Dale Mings, our director today, but Lauren Wilson, Jacob Reisner, Kyla Mattingly, Adam Thomas, and Amy Loomis, all working here from Central Hardin today. That's our technical staff, crew, camera, and they even keep us on the air with audio.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
And quickly, this is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools, and our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, Eattown Exterminating, and West Point Bank. And if you visit some of these people and you
Yes.
listen to the game, see the game, tell them thank you for their sponsorship. And these people have been quite a while taking care of this telecast for us. And,
Yes. It's nice to go home and watch these games on TV, see different people from the community out playing, and appreciate those sponsors very much. So, have you ever done any umpiring? Because you said we had good umpires in this region.
I umpired, yeah, quite
You
a
did
bit.
umpire?
I
Okay.
umpired in, I was a football official and a basketball official and a baseball official. And when I went back to coaching a little bit, I had, when I umpired several years in baseball, I was doing a little bit of OVC baseball.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
it was, I'm going to tell you what, it was very interesting, the things and people we go out in.
Top of the third inning starts for E-Town. This is Spencer Brandenburg. Right down the plate.
Kerry Hilton,
Right.
and I left Kerry out. Corey? I thought you liked-
Spencer is the left fielder for Elizabethtown.
down there freezing to
first
death,
pitch
and I
to
left
him
Corey. I'm
was
sorry,
a
Corey.
strike.
I'm black on Corey. Corey Hilton's our other cameraman. I'm sorry. I
Sorry,
left
Corey.
I didn't get it on my list when I came up, and so he's down there in the cold at third base. So we appreciate it.
Well, while you were doing that, Brandenburg is down 0-2 in his count. Grider comes third pitch. Breaking ball up for ball 1. See, Spencer is a junior here at E-Town.
Chris talked about umpiring. I was doing a Western Kentucky game, and this was Coach Pickens, great coach down at Western, baseball coach. Hit him,
Hit him.
and that hurts.
Yes, it does. We'll give E-Town a base runner to start with, to work with here. Nobody out. Brandenburg on first, now batting is the first baseman, Ben Piles.
But in a particular game, Middle Tennessee had a runner at first and Steele second, and the catcher from Western threw a BB to second base.
Ah,
I mean, it beat the runner 8 feet. And the second baseman caught the ball, slapped it on the ground, and stood up, and the runner slid. And I said, he's safe.
oh my.
And I said safe, and I was facing center field, looking at the call on the second base bag, and I turned around, and Coach Pickens was standing on the field, and he must have sprinted. And he said, why in the world did you call him safe? And I said, well, Coach, he's got to touch him or at least be close to him.
Yeah.
I said, he was standing there, had the ball up to his shoulder, standing there watching him.
got to make a quick tag, and you got to tag him.
And I understand quick tags, but it had to be close. It wasn't even close.
Right. Okay, we got a ball 1, 2 strikes on Powell's here.
Coach Pickens went on to say, I won't say everything he said, but no, he made his point and all that and went off. And the funny thing around the kid from Middle Tennessee in the Western second base said, "You're right."
You made the right call.
And I told the guy, I understand that you slap tag and everything.
Right.
But, it's an area play. It wasn't even an area. It wasn't even in the same state.
Right. Powell's fouls that one off, so the count stays 1-2.
But Hard down to third. Now they're going to go to second. They got I don't think they got him. Let's see what they say.
Both runners are safe.
Well, the throw that came over from Yates pulled Lucas off the bag. There wasn't any question. He had to jump, and he wasn't on the bag when he caught it.
Next up are the Panthers, number 9, Williams.
So now we got runners at first and second for E-Town, and that brings up Camden Williams. He is a second baseman. He's a freshman. He digs in, looking to bunt.
E-Town with 2 on here, no outs.
The first pitch is a ball to Camden.
Piles is on, by the way, with a fielder's choice, and that will be in the air on
third baseman?
Yeah, it'll be in the air to get Brandenburg down to second. You can't anticipate the double play, but the error was on the throw.
Right. Yeah. Camden attempted to bunt there and fouled it off. So we got a count of 1-1 on Camden Williams. E-Town, second baseman.
Chris, field looks nice.
Yes.
It's 330 on the lines, 350 dead center, 340 in the alleys, and there's a good bunt. A good bunt.
It was. Very good bunt.
And that's what you call a sacrifice. It was put down well. Both runners advance. Goes 2-1 for the 2-3 for the put out. One. Both runners advance.
Both runners. Yeah, that's big, and it brings the
Wes Irwin.
Yeah.
Leadoff man up who hit the second pitch of the game for a sharp single up the middle.
Right up the middle. Let's see what happens here. Runners on second and third. Brendan comes set. Checks the runners, brings the pitch. It's a little bit outside. Ball 1.
He might have been just an immediate pitch out there to see if they were going to even look at a bunt, because he wouldn't have been able to bunt it and going to see if he was going to square. Your leadoff man can do a lot of things for you.
Yes, can. Ooh.
Good stop.
Yes. Moved his feet, got over, blocked it. Now we have 2 balls, no strikes. And a meeting at the mound. I like how they talk to each other through their gloves so you can't read their lips.
Can't read their lips?
Yeah.
Well.
Why didn't we think of that? We could have made like all kinds of money.
Yes, I mean, but I always wore a mask so you couldn't read my lips anyway.
It's true. Keep your mask going.
Well, they suggest I do that a lot even when I wasn't playing. I guess in the leagues where you have a lot of cameras and things, and you can certainly read what they're saying out there, but you can't say a whole lot.
No. It has a nice little pitch right there on the outside.
On the corner.
Part of the plate for strike 1, so we got 2 balls and 1 strike.
What they told him, what they told Grider, throw the ball over the plate and let him hit it. We'll take care of it. Take care of it.
We got your back. Let him hit it.
That's right. And there's a good pitch.
Boy,
good breaking pitch. So from 2-0 to 2-2.
Yeah, fighting back. That's what you do.
That was a slurve or something. I don't know what they have all these, they
put some English on it. That's what we used to call it.
There were curveballs and fastballs and everything. They gave them all sorts of these great names.
That's right. Well, he reached back for a little extra there, but Irwin fouls it off.
Fastball on the corner, and Irwin Powell stayed with it because it was over the plate. Now he's set up for the breaking pitch.
Yeah.
He
Looks
threw
in to
that,
get the signal there.
threw that hard slider. Just missed.
Yep. He wants that outside part of the plate.
Well, he doesn't want to give anything to pull.
No.
If he hits that pitch, at the best, it's going to ground out to second.
Yes. Comes set, pauses, checks the runners.
And walked him.
Well, he sure did.
Well,
Now-
Irwin does his job. He stayed in there and stayed with it.
Now
And
batting for Elizabethtown, number 21.
so now the Panthers have made the best of the situation, and
Sure
they've
have.
got them loaded up here.
They've obviously taken advantage of some mistakes here. They hit by the batter and then the error, and then the nice bunt to move them over. Now they're dealing, got something going here.
Gets a pop-up out of play. Gregory, first time up, grounded to Heidelman at short. Now, there's one out, so you got a chance for a double play on a ground ball,
Right.
but you better be on the money and moving it pretty quick.
Yes.
Gregory gets down the line.
Just got to get an out here if you're
All right.
Central.
Now they're talking signals. With the
Right.
runner at second, they don't flash them back.
Right,
but-
right. And sometimes the runner on second base will figure out what they're at. And I was never good at that, but somehow they can tell, hey, he's bringing the fastball, or it helps a little bit. But you still got to execute.
And you still, if you think you've read it, you've got to have little key signals up there to your batter, whether he reads that. But
Strike
it.
two. Looked at strike two. Now it's 0-2.
Bibb is in right field. He's not real deep. Not real deep anywhere in the outfield right here.
Not bad, but just outside for ball one on Jay Gregory, the Elizabethtown shortstop today.
A gapper right here with the outfield in as much as they are.
Yes,
would
sir.
Probably clear the bases.
It would.
Stayed with it.
Just did get a piece of that one.
Just missed it. He was right on it and wow, foul straight back. So his timing was
that's
good.
right. So you said Central is 6-0, right? Their record
Right.
6-0, and Elizabethtown, what is their record?
I had them 3 and 4.
That's 3 and 4. Okay. And I know the Central beat Mill last night, 5-4 here.
That's about it. Central's
Boy.
had they beat Butler 4-3, had 12-2 win over LaRue County, 8-3 over Wayne County, 6-2 over Anderson County, and 10-0 over Anderson, and 5-4 over Mayo last night.
Gregory's really battling here, having a good at bat, just making Grider pitch a lot, throw a lot of pitches here.
Inside, Panthers
Good stop.
lost an opener. Lost 5-1 at Meade. They beat Greene County 5-2. Lost at Bullitt East 16-6. Won at Grayson 15-2. At Taylor 15-2. And then lost at Tates Creek 1-0. And lost to Butler 12-1.
Okay, ball 3. So now we have full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We have 1 out. and
So the runners
bases,
will not be going.
Right, we're at 1 out, and the runners will just kind of, I don't know, be on their toes, but not moving, like you said.
Yeah, they can't. They want to be running, but no place for him to go. And there's a ground ball. They got a chance at. Oh, they've already bobbled it. They've already
Ooh, they called
did
it.
not get him. Too late.
Bobbled it just a little bit.
Yep.
Just enough.
So Gregory goes on the fielder's choice. He's on base. That'll be an error. Be an error to move.
Yes.
Runner scores, and the runner's at second on the
Now
error.
batting for Elizabethtown, number 17.
There's still 1 out in the inning, and still now we've got still have the bases loaded, and the Panthers trying to move right back in this one.
Panther right fielder Logan Greenwell steps to the plate.
He grounded out to short.
Okay.
So Yates has had 2 throws taken. He bobbled that just a little bit in his glove, and the
Yes.
throw was late.
Yes.
And that's They'll throw
That's
the
all it
pulling.
takes. Like you said, it's a game of inches, and when you don't come up with it clean, it costs you.
Right.
But you got to wipe it out of your head and make the next play.
Now, kicker there was Irwin Hustle.
Yes.
He
yes.
was really running on that ground ball, and I thought he was just going to bring it straight to the plate. He had a play to get him at the plate on a force. And, of course, I know he's thinking double play and get out of the inning.
Yes. Good pitch right there. Had him leaning and stepping out. Ball one, strike one on Logan Greenwell.
Logan Greenwell base hit here. I get this one tied up again.
It would have us a brand new ball game here. Another breaking ball over the plate. Swung on, fouled. That brings the count to 1-2. Yeah, ideally you'd love to get a double play here, but you just need an out. Make sure one. Brendan Gratter looks in, gets his signal, called timeout. We'll reset here. So the bases are loaded. There's one out. E-Town's already scored one run, and maybe they'll score some more.
Hard hit.
Hit right to shortstop.
And
He bobbled it as well.
And there's a run going to score. Good hustle again, and Logan Greenwell is on with a fielder's choice, and that's going to be an error again. And that one's going to plate the run, and that's an E6.
E6, yeah, exactly. And now the pitcher, Fipke, comes to the plate. Greider's getting what he wants, ground balls. His defense has kind of let him down a little bit here.
Well, and I think a little bit of this, you're standing there, you're getting, your arm is just not warm, it's not loose to make the snap throws. And both teams are doing that. I mean, it's not.
Yes.
It all goes to say why we don't have these nice enclosed baseball parks to play. And why don't they build a dome and turn the heat on?
that reminds me of a question I wanted to ask you. When do you remember playing any night games with lights? Do you remember?
No, I didn't. In high school, I don't think so.
Okay.
We didn't have any lights. Car lights.
That's one way to do it.
But they, unless you went someplace that had lights, I don't remember ever playing a night game. I remember going to a couple of parks and seeing lights.
Okay.
We thought that was really. I mean, in summer league, I played nights.
Did you? Okay.
But in high school, no. Elizabethtown was the first area school to get lights at a baseball.
Is that right? Okay.
And North Hardin was the second, and then East, and then West Hardin. Back at that time, and now, of course.
Everybody's got them.
Well, and it's.
Yeah. First pitch to Fipke was in the dirt for ball one.
The late Damon Ray was instrumental in getting lights put in at North Hardin when he was assistant principal there, with connections up in eastern Kentucky. Well, that pitched a nice save right there.
Yes.
Bringing in the huge wooden telephone poles.
Okay.
And you notice here they're all metal, which is nice. And
yes.
But those poles came out of eastern Kentucky that came in to put the first lights up at North Hardin.
Nice pitch there on the corner. He needed that.
The
2 balls and 1 strike to Fipke with the bases loaded.
Now Fort Knox had lights because they had an Army base.
Right.
But you didn't play much on that. They had a much bigger field over there, not a high school baseball park. They had a base park, and it was bleacher seats, and it was like going in for the major leagues if you played in that place.
Right.
And
we got 3 balls and 1 strike on Fipke with the bases loaded and 1 out for E-Town here.
Panthers right back in this 1 out, bases loaded, and hard hit again, and get out of the way, and it hit the umpire, and that's it.
Dead ball.
Did it go by a fielder?
Are you kidding?
And the umpire is part of the playing field. So that's going to be a base hit.
Wow.
And there's nothing you can do about it
No.
if you're standing there.
Next
Nope.
up, number 26, Clark.
Goodness, 3 errors.
That will list as a hit
Base on ball, hit batter, and they got a hit on that one. Yeah.
and a hit umpire.
Don't know that I've seen that in a long time.
No.
Right down the pipe, strike one on Coleman Clark, the third baseman for Elizabethtown. The game is tied now. Bases still loaded with 1 out.
In a two-man umpiring system, the base umpire has to move to the third base side if you got a runner at second. He's responsible for third base and second base and technically first base. And so he's where he's supposed to be, and there's not much you can do with a line
Right.
drive hit at you.
Got it. Clark swung at that one, and this makes it no balls, 2 strikes on Coleman here. Rider comes set, checks the runners, comes to the plate, swung on, pop fly. Yates runs over, catches it for out number 2.
So that's F2, XF, F5 for the second out. Keeps the bases loaded. Now, to give you the equivalent of that, in a football game we were refereeing in Greene County several years ago, Mike Deaton, who went on to play quarterback at UK,
Yes.
he could stand flat-footed and throw it about 50 or 60 yards. He could flat throw the football. Swing and a miss, strike one. And
This is Cade Bailey, the
so we're doing
DH.
the football game there, and he calls a play, and at the end takes off, flies down the middle field, and he throws the ball about 60 yards and hits our back judge in the butt. He's trying to get out of the way, and it hit him. And there's booing and yelling.
Of course they are.
And right down the line, and he's
Oh, wow.
good hustle. That's going to go
Great
as a
play,
hit.
yes.
Nothing you can say.
Slipped
That was a
and
hit.
fell. Wow.
That's a base hit. Nothing you can do.
No.
I've got it as a base hit. It may not be in the book over here, but and that puts a run in. And
Wow. So now we have the bases loaded still, and they've batted around. This is
Yes, they have.
Spencer.
and there's a
Another
base hit.
into
That's
right
going to be
field.
one. And here comes, and he
Ball is
bobbled it
bobbled
down,
again. My
and they get the
goodness.
cutoff man and dropped again. And so,
Single scores 2 runs, right?
right.
2 more runs. The E-Town has exploded here. Yeah, there's a good piece of hitting there. He hit there right in the hole. And the runners advanced 2 bases. So now Cade Bailey is on third. You got runners at first and third. And now the batter is the first baseman, Ben Piles.
But I was going to say, I remember him throwing a pass down the field and hitting our back judge in the backside there. And they were booing and all this. And I came back to the huddle, and I was running umpiring up close enough to him. And they got back, and Deaton said, "I'll shut up, Gripe," and said, "Run the same play. I'll hit him this time." And he did.
He did it. Wow.
He threw the ball again about 50 yards. Guy caught it on dead run, just walked in the end
My
zone.
goodness.
But he didn't hit the back judge this time. And it was a dead ball. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right. There's no do-over, right? There's no.
Well, the kid was cutting across the field, and the back judge was technically out of the way, and he was running back to cover the deep guy, and he didn't see the ball coming. And he was running straight down the field, and the runner's cutting across the field, and that's why he threw it like that. So, well, the Panthers have come back to life with their bats,
Sure have.
with the help of an error or two, but a timely hit or two, and
Yes,
boom,
it
boom,
happens.
boom, and boy, they have put 6 on the board.
Sure had, just like that. The first pitch to Piles fouled off. So
And as you said, Grider's made his pitches,
yes.
and that's big pop-up. Heidelman, who's got it now? We get
Lucas ends
Lucas over. He's going to end the inning.
But E-Town goes nuts, scores
For the Panthers,
6.
in the third, 6 runs on 3 hits, 4 errors, and 2 left on
So
base.
6 runs on 3 hits,
Take this opportunity to
left
thank
2 on base.
Left 2 on base. And how many errors did he say?
I think there was 3.
3 errors, at least 3.
1.
Wow.
Look here, 2. We'll look at.
Central Hardin thanks all their sponsors for their support. Due up in the bottom of the
I got 2 listed, so I think there was 3. I'll go back.
3 errors, okay.
But so we dropped into the top of the 3rd inning, and the Panthers are up for 6 and take a 6-3 lead.
As I say, they punched the back, and they're in command now.
And that's just part of what's happened, and a little bit of experience, and then
Yes.
and what Central has to say. You know, we didn't make a throw to the base. We pulled him off base. We bobbled the ball in our glove, didn't make a play.
Yes.
We had one to hit the umpire, which you can't help.
Right.
And, but then a timely hit, and that's what it's about. And that's why there's no such thing as paper games
That's
and
right,
records.
man.
You play
That's
them.
right.
Oh, so for Central in the bottom of the 3rd, they're going to head back up here. That's going to be Bibb, Wood, and Jones
Yes.
as they'll head out in the inning. And Corey Hilton, I'm sorry I left you out. And Lauren Wilson, Jacob Reisner, Callum Mattingly, Adam Thomas, Amy Loomis, all of them on our crew today. And a quick thank you to our sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, eTown Exterminating, and West Point Bank.
Yes. Well, let's see what Central does. Down 6-3, and it's interesting when it's cold like this. When you're ahead, you don't feel the cold, but now that you're down,
That's a good little comment. It's a little cooler in the dugout. It's you just
first pitch to Bibb is a strike.
And Fipke's role here is to throw strike, and he's been the victim of a couple of errors.
Yes, he has.
And so now it's in the hole, and got a long play and a long throw is not going to be there. But that was a good hustle
Yes,
right
it was.
there.
Yes, it was.
Good hustle.
Give him a hit on that.
Yeah, that's a
Okay,
hit. Yeah, Gregory. Yeah, he did all he could do. It's in the hole.
now batting in
I
Has to
mean,
be what's reasonably played. And
Wood.
here's Bibb. Well, that's one way to get the fire going again. Get a base hit.
yeah, absolutely.
Kind of goes in the infield hit, but it's still
Got to keep punching. Keep the pressure on.
put the ball in play.
That's
That's
exactly
the
right.
idea.
Exactly. You got to make them catch it, throw it, catch it.
Yep, no big lead over there.
Well, Bibb has reached base twice. This is the second time, and now Tyler Wood is up. First time he popped out, right?
Tyler
believe
Wood was up,
what I
and
have. I don't
he
know where it
flew
went.
out to the shortstop.
Shortstop, okay.
Here's another guy. You don't want to get one exactly in his
no, sir.
wheelhouse.
No, sir. Somebody was telling me he hit one last night that was just a bomb.
Is that
In baseball, when you hit a bomb,
Pretty
you've
good.
hit it. I never hit bombs. I just swung hard and ran fast. That's what I did. So we fouled that one off. So we got, what, 1-1 on the batter here?
I could,
0-1.
I could hit pretty good this running part. I never does that. And I could turn most easy doubles and triples into an easy single.
Is that right? But when you hit it, you hit it.
I can hit it pretty good, but
Okay.
it's, of course, you understand. Well, that is a
a hard
shot
hit
and a
ball. There's a
dropped, and
bobble.
now a long throw, and they're going to get him at first. A good play, stayed with it.
They call that a productive out, Dan, because he moved the runner. But he hit that one hard.
Yes, he did.
And Clark did a good job not panicking. He bobbled it, picked it up, stepped and threw, and made a good play.
Cooper Jones, who had a double down
Yes,
the
he
left
did.
field line, his first time up. When he hit the ball hard, and like I said, right there, Clark stayed with it. He, at third base, when you get the hard hopper, you got a little chance to
Right.
recover.
Yes.
because you're going to make that good throw across the field, and that's what he did.
The first pitch to Jones is low and in the dirt. Low inside. Ball 1.
And Central has to figure out you don't have to get them all back in one swing.
Exactly right. It was a good swing right there. Fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cooper Jones, Central's first baseman.
Has a very relaxed stance there till he starts his windup.
Yes. All right, 50 steps back in, gets the signal. Pauses, checks the runner. Comes the pitch. Swung on.
And that's
hit into the gap in left center. Should score the run.
Score the run easily,
Yes.
and a good
And
pickup and throw to second.
Yes, the center fielder made a good play there to keep him from getting a double. But another hit for Cooper there. That brings home a run, gives him an RBI. Bibb comes around to score,
Number 2 center fielder, Isaac Peters.
which brings Isaac Peters, the center fielder for Central, to the plate.
He grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. I think he bunted. Well, no, he grounded out. Yeah, he tried to bunt twice and didn't hit it. And then he hit the pitch, went back to the pitcher, and he held the runners and threw the out at first.
We have a
Runner
at
at 16.
coming in at 16. I believe that's Austin Blakeman.
Number 16, Austin Blakeman.
You were right on it.
Yes.
And he's running for
Cooper Jones.
Super Jones.
Yes, sir. So now we have 1 out, runner at first, and Peters at the plate. That one's in the dirt. It's a good stop by Parsons. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, hopefully today will be the coldest, like the last cold day we have of the spring. Because I hear
Till
it's going
Monday.
to go until Monday. It's supposed
Till Monday.
to get snow Monday? No, I don't.
I didn't, I saw this warm up and then rain Saturday and Sunday and Monday. Cold again, back in
My
the
goodness.
40s.
Oh, mercy. It has been strange, the weather, without question. That was down again for ball 2. Peters is kind of looking like he wants to bunt here. Just kind of watch his hands.
Well, I think that 2 balls and a strike. And Blakeman's trying to worry him over a little bit, like he's going to run and maybe trying to bother the pitcher
Yes.
more than he's, because he's not getting a huge lead over to steal
No.
a base.
Yeah, it looks like Peters is on the plate there. He's very tight. Okay,
So now-
ball 3.
So
2 balls, no
now,
strikes.
now you got a running pitch, 3 and
Yes.
1. You might sometimes, he's got to come with a pitch. You might, if you know you hit or he hits the ball or makes contact,
Yes.
you might have the runner going. Here again, we come in and see, and the coaches know a little bit more what your players
exactly.
are doing. And
Yes. They've been around them for a long time, longer than us. They know what they're good at. And I have lots of respect for these coaches. They spend a lot of time and out here, and they care about the game and care about the kids. And that pitch is a strike. So now we have a count of 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out with a runner at first. And Isaac Peters at the plate.
if he's going to run, here we go. But he doesn't have a lead to run.
That one's just off the plate, so we got a walk, which brings Carson Yates to the plate.
Now batting for the Bruins.
He's a pretty good,
Hitter number 7,
pretty good
Dylan
bunter. He's a
Bland.
pretty good athlete. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Dylan Bland.
Dylan Bland, the DH, he was on with an error
Yes.
and come around and scored. So now, okay, let's talk this over a little bit.
Okay, here goes Coach Sullivan out to have a chat with Fipke.
Okay, so here's a little bit. Let's talk a little bit.
All right.
With 1 out, and you bunt, and you put your runners over to second, third, you get one swing to maybe to bring them in with 2 outs.
Yes.
2 outs. The other thing is, would you do a double steal? The other thing is, you play straight up, let your batter do what he's going to do.
Got it.
And take the swings at it. So these are things you have to kind of talk about
good
out there on
question.
the mound. So one thing, if he bunts, if you're feeling as a pitcher where you're going to go with the ball,
Yes.
if you're feeling a catcher where you're going to go with the ball.
Right, exactly.
And you made a good point a while ago. What you want to do is make sure you get an out.
Make an out, exactly
If
right.
you get an out, then you got 2 outs, and if none of the runners score, you're not hurting yourself.
Yes.
So-
I know when I played ball, I had to keep going through all those different scenarios in my head to know,
Sure.
hey, if it's hit to me, what am I going to do with it? And I played a lot of second base, so from that position, if it's hit to me, left or right, what am I going to do with it?
Now they're holding the runner at first. They don't want to give him a big lead. And he actually squared the bunt, and he got a big jump out of there, and they got him. Oh,
Called
no.
him safe. Wow.
I mean, I don't know if he missed him when he went down with the glove. He slapped the glove down, but
Yes,
whether
he
he touched
did.
him. But they steal the front runner. So, and it was a kind of a delayed steal.
Yes, it was. And it's very close. Bang, bang play.
So
I thought they
Blakeman,
got him, but they
Blakeman
didn't.
gets a stolen base
Sure
there.
does. Peters stayed at first, so now we have runners at first and third with 1 out. And that pitch, was it a strike? It was a ball.
Okay, so now you may want to run it first and let the
Yeah.
batter take one.
And I think they know that that's what they're thinking about because Peters is fleet of foot.
Well, I was going to say, and the reason it wasn't a double steal type of
No.
situation because he almost like a delayed steal.
Yes.
And when he slapped the tag down, I thought he had him,
I
but
did
I
too.
don't know whether, and he may have missed him coming down
He-
because we didn't see the angle.
Right. Yeah, as you said, as you told your story earlier, you gotta touch him with it,
Yeah,
and maybe he slid under it
or slid to the
or
outside.
slid under away from it somehow, some way. But
We don't have that instant replay
No.
capability to go right in there and key on the base.
I'm glad we don't. I wish they'd get rid of the instant replay. It drives me crazy.
Well, I know they've increased the basketball games about 47
yes, they
days,
have. My goodness.
and they still got a problem.
And they do. And that's part of the game, though. Sometimes you don't get the calls, and you got to learn to deal with it.
Now there's a steal a second, and they didn't throw through it. So took the pitch, and then a kind of a walk-off steal there, wanting them to throw, see if they'd run the runner home, but they didn't.
It amazes me these basketball games when they show those replays. And did they who knocked it out of bounds, and they super slow-mo it and swung on, fouled.
Well,
You know what I mean?
and you know
You
that
can't even
comes
tell
back.
when they.
Yeah, it comes back. They've probably been some overturned because what looks one way and everything when you get about 4 camera angles on it. But,
Yeah,
but it slows down so much of the momentum.
yeah, it does.
I'm not sure. But baseball now has gone to this, and
Yes.
you know what? They don't see too many calls overturned in baseball.
No.
You'll see
They
some.
get 'em- That's exactly right.
But here again, that's kind of the element of the game.
It is.
Nobody,
It is.
nobody picks up the base and throws it anymore like the late Billy Martin and,
Right.
and Earl Weaver and kick dust all over this.
Right.
Because now they just learn the cameras on
That's
home.
right.
You
Mhm.
can't argue anything.
Bland is trying to hit it that direction, to the right side to move these runners.
Well, there's a gap over there.
And
Yeah.
swung on.
And he missed
Catcher
it.
dropped it.
And now they go down, and it's a bad throw,
Bad throw.
and the run scores. So of all the things that happen, you see. Now, that was one. Let me say that.
Yeah, how do you score that?
Dylan Bland recognized quickly the catcher didn't get the
Yes.
ball, and the base is open so he can run. And he did. And as soon as Parsons threw to first, the runner broke for
Yes,
home.
he sure did.
So-
Smart base run.
So that's going to be an error on the throw.
Yes.
Bland is going to get a strikeout. An E on the throw from 2.
And Peters advanced to third, right?
Peters goes to third, and
That brings,
Blakeman scored.
and that brings up Carson Yates at third baseman. So we got runners at first and third with 1 out. and Carson Yates coming up.
And let's see how quickly they run to second here. Now they're going to get him back here.
Yeah. Yates struck out looking last time, and I know he's a pretty decent bunter, so who knows what they'll do here.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to run the runner down to second and then bunt.
Then bunt, okay.
So that puts your runner at home and runner to third on a bunt situation. But let's see.
Up.
Yeah,
That's
they
good.
won.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah, again,
They know.
Again, your speed with your runner at third is when he's throwing to first. Why is he breaking down that line? Is he
Right.
So you tell that runner to break down the line when he throws to first in case the ball gets loose.
Right, exactly.
You can
Read
keep
it,
going. Yeah, read it and keep going.
Let's see what happens here. Oh, when he called a balk.
And there's a balk.
I didn't see it, but he probably didn't stop.
Didn't stop, and there's one of those ways you score from third.
Yeah, exactly right.
If he's not at third, the balk just moves him up. So,
you know what we should do next time is come up with those 7 ways to score and see if we can get all 7 in a game sometime. Be like bingo.
They won't all happen in one game.
Let's see here. So that's
a balk.
Balk. You got to come set. You got to stop. And you watch these major league guys, and they are so good at coming set.
Yeah.
And being deceptive about it.
But a balk, well, we've seen a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We've had a stolen
umpire
base.
get hit. Yeah. We may see all kinds of stuff. We're getting our money's worth, aren't we?
Mr. Chris, I see. Well, we'll wait this pitch here. And there goes the runner to third, and the throw down there is not going to be in time.
Good stop by Clark there. Saved a run. Got his body in front of it. So
now you really set up the bunt.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
No, I don't know with 1-1. Now it'll have to be a suicide squeeze. It can be a safety bunt.
Yes.
And you take your chances if they feel it and throw to first. Or you go
Yes.
home because you got a little more speed at third.
And you want to bunt it up the first baseline, right? If you do any kind of bunt, right? Or does it matter?
Well, no, you want.
I guess either way.
The third baseman can throw it home.
Oh, good.
And the ball.
Oh,
good hustle.
Oh, good stop.
Good hustle.
Yep. We got one ball,
down
one
to a
strike.
right, keeping all these scores. And in tomorrow's News Enterprise, Mr. Jones will have it pitch by pitch.
Yes.
We'll pick on Mr. Chuck Jones down there, award-winning writer, we might say, in sports department. And hey, some good columns, and
absolutely
had a good paperback early March or late March there on the upcoming season. And
yes, it did.
Had some good information on the programs here.
Good pitch right there. Ooh, boy, right on the outside corner. It wasn't called for strikes. Two balls and one strike. Yes, Mr. Jones got me prepared for today's game by his baseball preview.
Yeah, it's what I said, a good preview piece of the area teams. And
yes. Right down the middle, strike.
And
two.
And we give credit where it's due because we use a lot of their stats, and then they run their weekly baseball stats, and we're able to use those on the air, and that's really a nice.
That's very helpful.
Right now, I don't think they've had enough to get a weekly stat.
No. Like you said, it's just been inconsistent. The weather, they haven't had a chance. It's a good pitch. It's up, so it's ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And that's why I say this is an early district game, but this is not going to be where either one of these teams is going to be 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, and they get some games under their belt.
Yes, and I've heard, too, in baseball that the pitchers have the advantage to start with in the season, and then the hitters catch up later. You heard that before?
I've heard that, yeah. And there's
ball 3 inside.
Ball 4 inside.
Yeah. New rule this year is 4 balls, right?
No, it's.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 11, left fielder Chase Elmore.
Okay. So, looks like we're going to have a pitching change here.
And here's.
I think that's Clay Games coming in there.
Okay, and here's Fipke. In all seriousness, Paul Fipke has pitched a real good ball game.
Yes, he has.
He's just had to, you make an error. The only thing laid to him is say there's a balk.
Yes.
But gee whiz, and here again, that's just not picking. It's just cold. You don't feel it well. You don't feel it well. And I think it's affected a lot of this, but both teams play in that condition, and both teams have suffered from something
Yes.
over this weather here today. Let's see where we're going to get
It's
some
going to change.
changes.
There's all kind of changes there.
Now let's watch and see what we're getting here. Let's see how the pitcher.
Number 19. 19 for 10 is what we're hearing.
Okay, 19 is Clay Games, and he is coming in for Ben Piles. So I have Piles listed as the first baseman.
Yes.
So we have games, and he'll be at 1, and Piles is out, and that means that Paul Fipke is going to go to first base, I assume. Now, it may not. He may go to short, but we'll see. Fipke is number 12, and let's see who goes over to first base. Games.
Yeah, this is where I lose control here. I
Games
get
is a
real
freshman.
confused here. Okay, yeah, Clay,
Well, you
do the best you can.
you had to write them all on these sheets, and I get as soon as I start my scratching over here, and
Defensive changes for
I was working on a report yesterday. I jotted down my notes over there, and then I had to decipher my notes because I was copying them down so I could copy some dates and things. So now number 26 at first base is Coleman Clark. So Clark's at first, and Powell is out. So Clark comes from third to first, and
First pitch
runner
is
goes and going to stay at stolen base.
still on base. Yes.
Fipke went to second. I'm getting what I'm
Thank
getting
you.
here, and so Williams went to third.
So we got Elmore batting here, left fielder for Central, number 11. First pitch was a ball. Here comes the second pitch. In the dirt,
Yeah.
past the catcher.
And the run's going to go ahead. and run's
Bland
gonna score.
scores. Yeah, gives Central the lead again, just like that. And I don't know they've had any hits this inning. Bibb had a hit. I guess Cooper Jones had a hit too.
Yeah.
So Elmore has 2 balls, no strikes, with a runner on third. Yates on third. Good pitch there. Strike 1 to Elmore.
The ball was hit
Omar
hard.
hit hard to left field.
Turned him around, and that's too late when you turn around.
Yes, sir.
Brandenburg back, and the ball tailed back away from him, and he took off and got time, but when he turned back around, he's going to drop in for a double.
I thought he
And-
caught it there for a second because he kind of dove at it.
Yeah, but
Austin Heidemann.
so it's
that-
going to go as a double, and Yates comes home.
And that brings the Central shortstop, Austin Hardin, to the plate, number 8. 1 out still with a runner at second.
4 or 5 runs in the inning here because it started out 6-3. The runner's gone, and
Yep,
it
they're
bounces
gonna-
away.
Yes.
So stolen base right here for Elmore.
Yes, Clay Games, is he a freshman? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Tall fella, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Big tall fella. Too low.
Good pitch, a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. What did Heidemann do last time? Get a hit, maybe? Looks like he may have gotten a hit. I don't know. That one's low, called a strike, so we now have 2 balls and 1 strike.
And I'm not sure that Hardin won't bunt right here.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
He took that away. A good pitch on the corner.
Yes, it was a good pitch on the corner. You throw another one right there. That's a good place to be.
Because you want to put the ball in play. And I'm a little bit surprised E-Town is playing quite so deep at second and short because they can't get a run there. They can't stop the run from scoring. And generally, if you don't want them to get out in front, you got to pull them in your infield to check that runner.
Right. So now we got a full count.
Because we got good speed at third.
Yes.
That's what I say. And
That's exactly what we want to do right there.
Because he's going to field
Nice
it at
play
second,
right
a
there.
long throw to first, not going to get him. And if he'd been pulled in, the ball would have been by him.
Yes.
So but base hit right here, and that's going to score another run. And Skylar Lucas is going to be the hitter, but he's the number 9 hitter in the inning.
Yes. Skylar has grounded to short and second. So he's looking for a hit here. Good pitch.
Strike one to call.
Right on the corner. That's a good place to be if you're a pitcher. You ever hit in cold weather and hit one off the end of the bat in cold weather? That's a wonderful
wooden
feeling.
bat stings forever. I don't know what the metal may not be as bad, but I would think they would be. The runner's gone, and the throw down is going to be in the left side. And
Yes.
stolen base.
Stolen base, yeah.
So all of a sudden, Central has put on the running shoes.
They
and
have.
I go back here and look at the list and count stolen bases, but they're going to be a few.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. That's the 4th one in this inning.
So now we got a runner at second with 1 out and an 0-2 count.
And a ground ball.
To second base.
That
Good
goes
play.
4-3. Runner advances to third with the second out. Is that correct? Second out?
That is correct.
Okay.
And I know that Skylar may be a little disappointed in not getting a hit, but he did move the runner. It's called a productive out. Brings up Jack Bibb, who started the inning off with a hit. Runner on third, 2 outs. Jack Bibb at the plate. Hardin on third.
Good pitch.
Good breaking ball.
Now this makes me go over into my next scoring column.
I
I'm always
know, me
confused. I have to
too.
mark 4s out and make 3s. And
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
that's a base hit, and that's a run. And all
Hit
that.
that one on the nose.
When you ground out to second, you say you made an out, but you put the runner at third base,
Exactly.
he scores on the base hit.
Exactly right.
So coming through,
For the Bruins, number 40 catcher, Tyler
there's
Wood.
Jack Bibb with a single.
Tyler's popped out today. He has grounded out to third baseman. I believe that was the ball that Clark bobbled but kept his composure and threw it across.
Had a ground out to short and a ground out to third. So he's hit it consistently left.
Yes. Good stop there. Ball 1. Never known Bibb to have fast running feet, but we'll see. First time for everything.
You know, with 2 outs, so
Yeah.
you'll think a little bit about here. You're probably gonna let your hitter hit right
Yeah,
here.
that's true. Got 2 good hitters, possibly. Oh my.
Big high fly.
Yes.
That's second base Fipke there now and going to put it away. And so that is out number 3. That goes F4 for the third out.
7 runs on 4 hits with 2 errors and 2 stolen bases.
7 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors, I believe.
Your score at the end of 3, Panthers 6.
So now we finish up the inning, and it's Started out 6-3 E-Town and 7 runs in.
Just like
it's
that.
10-6 Central. So we're going to be in one of those. This is not
It's
over.
a slugfest. It's like one of those old Rocky movie
It is.
boxing matches.
All right, let's
Yeah,
quickly in
good
here. We'll
idea.
thank our sponsors here. This
Who we
is
have as
Hardin
sponsors?
County Educational Community Television Student Production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools, and live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for your telecommunications needs. Physical Therapy Associates, providing personal attention, more effective results, and locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, South Louisville, and they're online at physicaltherapyky.com. E-Town Apartments by Mark Harris Construction. If you need a new pad, you can hop on over to etownapartments.com or call 270-268-RENT. And you can go online at that place and take a virtual tour also to see some of their apartments. West Point Bank, and they have 5 offices. They're in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Glendale, West Point, and Upton. And westpointbank.com. They help you make life simpler. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple. Bluegrass Cellular, where wireless works, offering some of the best unlimited plans anywhere, and you can visit them at bluegrasscellular.com. And E-Town Exterminating at 270-737-6900. They're online at muggabug.com.
How you spell Muggabug?
Muggabug, Muggabug.
Muggabug.
How about that?
It just
And-
kind of rolls off your tongue. Muggabug.
Muggabug.
I like that.
That's good. And then special thanks again to our crew,
Yes.
Dale Mings up there, but Amy Loomis, Adam Thomas, Kyle Mattingly, Jacob Reisner, Lauren Wilson, and Corey Hilton. I'm sorry we forgot you, but hello, Corey, and all from Central Hardin. And here we go.
Top of the 4th starts, and the number 9 batter for Elizabethtown, Camden Williams, who started at second but has now moved to third, steps in to hit. First pitch was a strike. Second pitch is also a strike. So he is quickly in the hole, 0-2.
So I'm scratching out my little innings here so I don't keep confusing myself.
Got it. Wow. Those are the kind as a pitcher you really want with 0-2. That was real close. Could have gone either way, but he called it a ball.
So therefore it was a ball because the umpire said so.
Exactly right. Yes, but I've heard coaches say if you keep hitting that spot, eventually the umpire will call it. But
No.
Oh,
no,
well.
no, no.
We'll
no,
see.
No. And a ground ball, that's going to be Williams going over there 4-3.
3.
Now,
1 down.
I don't, we scouted umpires.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, I've heard of scouting.
When
Teams,
I was coaching, well, okay, and I'm going to tell you why. We knew certain umpires call the low pitches.
I got it.
And we
Okay.
knew some of them call a high pitch. We knew some of them call a lot of breaking pitches.
Yes.
And so, I don't mean they call for you. I mean, this is just was their basic way they call.
Right.
And so, we wanted our pitchers to be aware, not to get frustrated or get upset. This is the way they call. This is the way we pitch. And
Good pitch right there, swung on.
so we made little notes if umpires, if they consistently call a low ball, then good. We need to know that. And
So we got Wes Irwin, the center fielder for E-Town. Leadoff just hits it. He just hit a ball to center field.
on
Back
the horse
tracks.
out there is
Yeah.
Peters.
Good play by Peters. Peters knows what he's doing out there. He's done it a while. Fly out to 8, number 8, position 8, that is. That's the second out of the inning. That brings Jay Gregory to the plate, and I know when they did all their switching, I don't know where he ended up, but
Well,
still stayed at short.
He stayed
at
short.
shortstop. Thank
He
you,
didn't
sir.
run around. He just stayed home. So
Thanks for paying attention. I appreciate it.
Gregory's grounded out and been on with an error.
Right down the middle. Good pitch right there.
And quite simply put here, if Grider can kind of get a 1-2-3 inning, kind of settle down.
Yes.
That puts a lot more pressure back on E-Town. He
Yeah,
runs
it
right
does.
back to the field.
He's bringing it now.
There's a breaking
He has
pitch, ball
found
strike.
He's found a rhythm here. He's got this guy, Jay.
And he set a long time.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
clean.
Nice.
That was a
Keep
good.
pounding the area. They'll eventually.
You think? Nah, that was just a good pitch on the corner.
Good pitch it was. It was.
But now that's a 1-2-3 inning, and he hadn't had that. He had a 1-2-3 inning to start the game, but the second inning, no. Yeah, he did the second inning, but boom, boom, boom. Boy, the third inning was a long inning, and he comes back and gets on track, and that's coaches like to see that.
Yes, I know. I coached Peanut League down here at the Elizabethtown Area Baseball Commission.
Bless your heart.
And my team was not that great, and I would always preach to them, let's not have a nightmare inning. And that's what we call those innings right there when you don't make plays and team scores a lot of runs off of your errors. Those are called
I thought we always
had those.
I always call that bad coaching.
It was bad. I didn't have my boys coached up right. We weren't ready. Oh, man.
Well, they get, I'll tell you what, there's sometimes just nothing better than watching the young kids play, because
Right.
sometimes the younger ones, if we swing the bat and hit the ball, it's a matter of looking at it, maybe running the wrong way.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of patience, a lot of great volunteers that do that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. It's fun. I remember people telling me these are the good old days. Don't forget these days.
Well,
Simpler, easier in some ways.
So football is timed and basketball is timed.
Yes.
Tennis is not timed. I mean, you play your
Right.
set. And
Yeah.
then baseball right now is not timed, even though they're trying to speed it up a little bit. But,
Got it. And I'm okay with the speeding it up. Sometimes it does. I know
Well-
how people don't like baseball. It just kind of can kind of drag on.
you don't need to make 29 trips to the mound.
No.
But
Okay, Mr. Dan. So this inning for Central, the bottom of the fourth, we're going to see Cooper Jones, Isaac Peters, and Dylan
Bland.
Yeah, Cooper
Okay.
Jones is going to start us off here.
10-6 as we go into
Yes.
the bottom of the fourth, and it's been sort of up and down as Central scored first and took a 3-0 lead. The Panthers came back and scored 6 to take a 6-3 lead, and then 7 runs in the last inning by the Bruins, and they take a 10-6 lead.
Jones has hit it hard both times up, and he scored both times. Now he's looking at a 2-0 count. The sophomore first baseman for Central.
He is, he and
Ball 3-0.
Hollywood both
Yes.
keep working, and I mean, you got to really keep working at your skills. They have some possibilities going on to playing college ball and
Right. My goodness. Good
things
pitch
you
there.
look at. But what so many don't understand is it is work, and it's more work, and it's more work
Yes, it
anymore.
is.
And it's
It becomes less of a game, more of a job, but it is fun.
well, if you look at a couple things, I know Pinkham up at Louisville's been
Yes.
a little bit injured, haven't been playing. Bibb up at UK, Player of the Week a couple weeks ago, SEC.
Squires?
Yeah.
Squires was up there too.
Squire, might have been Squires is a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that this is area
Yes.
players, and so
Leadoff walk to Jones. That'll bring Isaac Peters, the center fielder for Central. Central's lone senior, except for Grider pitching on the mound today. So we'll see what happens here.
okay. And last time Jones was on, Blakeman ran for him and
Yes.
came around to score. So he can't do that anymore since he's a starter. You
right.
get that
That's how that works. You
pinch
run once
runner, not courtesy runner. Your pitcher and catcher can have courtesy runners.
and they can keep running all the time, right?
Yes. And I like that rule that lets more players play.
Yeah.
And it gets your catcher back in, get his gear on, and pitcher
Yes, speeds.
come sit down. And
Right.
I wish they do that in Major League because none of the catchers can run.
Has there ever been a catcher in the majors that was a decent run?
Yeah.
I mean, not for long, maybe for a couple Seemed like the Pirates had one
Manny
time.
Sanguian with the Pirates was pretty quick.
Oh, so,
Who ya?
someone just mentioned Craig Biggio. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been some. Manny Sanguian, nobody knows who that was. He's a long time ago, but.
Good pitch right there. All right, there's a strike to Peters.
And again,
2 balls and 1 strike.
generally they're not made to run faster. They're made to catch and do their job. And
hit a mile. That's what catchers do.
But you do.
Okay, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch to Peters. There's a bunt.
Good bunt. And through the second, it's too late.
And they called him out. How about that?
Whoa. Close.
Wow. And the umps will
sacrifice.
catch some heat for that.
And
So that's a fielder's choice for Peters.
Fielder's choice.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 7,
Uh-oh.
Dylan Bland.
Well,
Coach Thompson is going to go have a little chat with Mr. Decker.
Well, I can tell you the outcome is not going to change the call. And they're going to discuss this and why was he out when he beat the throw by 29 seconds.
Yeah, yes.
And bang. And if we had 5 cameras on instant replay, we'd be sitting here 30 minutes from the side. And I'm a little bit like you. We've made a call. Go on. Let's see the coach come out. We'll talk it all over.
Exactly.
So I'm coaching first base in a district tournament game.
Yes.
Joe Hunter, good umpire, is the base umpire, and we got a speedster.
Yes.
That
has a curveball across the plate for strike 1 to Dylan Bland.
That hits a ground ball, and it is a bang play at first base. And I'm coaching that, and he's safe. There's no question he's safe. And he's rung him up. He's out.
Boy, he's out.
Third out of the inning. So now, I knew Joe Hunter. He's a good umpire.
Yes.
I'm standing real close to it, and he's having to call out in the bay. So he's out in the middle field. So third out. So I'm running out in the middle field. And Joe was chewing a little bit of tobacco out there, and he
got it.
And he says, "There goes the runner, fouled off." And I get out there, and he says, "Mac, he was out." I said, "Joe, I'm not arguing that." I said, "I came out here. I'm going to wave my arms now because they'll think we're having this big argument. You wave your arm. They'll take our picture and put it in the paper tomorrow." Well, he wanted to laugh, and he couldn't. He was trying to keep. And you know what? We got our picture in the paper next day and we never said anything about the call.
Wow.
And so we go back to the game next. We won the ball game. We go back to the game next day, and Joe left. You were right.
You have acting skills, Mr. Dan. That's good.
Well, I mean,
you gotta have a little fun.
Well, he's not going to change the call.
No.
But by not arguing anything, just go down. Ooh, hit foul.
Boy, that one was hit on the nose there.
But you kind of ease the tension on the close play.
Yeah.
So you never know down the road, does that help you or not?
Yeah.
But
exactly.
He really got tickled because they did take our picture. It was in the paper, and there was first base coach is arguing the coast call at first base, and we didn't argue at all about it.
So Bland has his 0-2 count on him here with a runner at first. Throw over just to kind of keep him honest. That's Peters, who reached on our fielder's choice. So we got 1 out, no balls, 2 strikes to Dylan Bland, the DH. Swung on, hit high into left field. Brandenburg is running underneath it. Slides, makes a catch.
Yeah, good catch. That ball was hard to read because it started off a lot harder and didn't carry. And that's a ball that in warm weather may carry a lot.
Yes. And the other thing is it's overcast and that ball is dirty, and sometimes it's hard to see it at this time of the day. It's not always easy. It's not routine.
Nope.
And I know I don't see any wind today, but sometimes the wind moves left to right here. Here's a runner stealing. Good throw.
And it bounced.
And he's safe.
Yep. Just that little bounce up
Yes.
and puts him down in scoring position.
And that was strike one. So we have no balls, one strike. Runner at second is Isaac Peters. The batter is Carson Yates, the third baseman.
And 2 outs in the inning.
And 2 outs, right.
But there's a ground ball. It's
gonna
going to
be
be
a tough play.
tough play.
Bobbled, and Yates runs it out because he's pretty quick.
Yeah, that'll show us an error, I think.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 11, left fielder Chase Elmore.
He had to come across and field it. I don't know. I'm going to list it because he didn't field it cleanly.
Right.
There was no play that were going to come in that Gregory's going to have a play. It was hit too slowly.
Yes.
Your third baseman is supposed to be gobble, gobble, get everything you can.
Yes. Yes.
But now runners at first and second with 2 outs. Elmore, who's doubled and been on with an error. Fielder choice, I guess. A little high.
2 balls, no strikes.
Now the shortstop and second baseman are playing up the middle. They're holding, don't want him getting much of a lead. They're not going to hold him at first, going to hold him at second. But it also leaves gaps to shorts and
Sure does. Good scoop there. Good stop by the catcher, by Parsons there. Yes, they're pinching the middle. It creates 2 big holes there.
which, part of that is you got to be able to hit it in those
Yeah,
holes.
exactly.
It doesn't always work that way, but
Ball 4. Now we have the bases loaded. That brings the top of the order up.
Now
Austin
batting for
Heidemann.
Central
well,
shortstop,
and
Austin
the kicker here is Central's a base hit right here can have a big inning.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can. So Heidemann looks like he's walked,
Single
singled. Okay.
and grounded out.
And ground.
No, yeah, grounded out.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. He has 2 singles. I've got him with 2 singles.
Good
Grounded.
stop right there.
Singled in the second, and he singled in the third. That's
Catcher.
stolen base.
Catcher kept it in front that time, kept his chest down, and
Yeah, and here you go again. A pass
Keep it in
ball, a
front,
wild
yes.
pitch, error, gets a run in, base hit, might score 2. Hit on the ground. Should
third
be out of the
base.
inning. Good
And,
job.
Yep. Camden Williams makes the stop. Steps on third for the 3rd out of the inning.
So hit it hard, but
Mhm.
right at somebody, and that's how that goes. Had to go
5
5
unassisted.
unassisted.
for Central Hardin in the 4th. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base. There's also a stolen
No
base.
runs, no hits, no errors.
No hits.
3 left on base there.
There was 1 error.
Due up for the Panthers.
Well, I had it as an error on the ground ball. It's either a hit or an error, so they left 3 on base. So we gone through 4, 10 to 6.
Correct. Top of the 5th, and E-Town will send their right fielder, Logan Greenwell. They'll send Paul Fipke, who is now their second baseman, and Coleman Clark, who not sure where Coleman ended up.
Coleman's still at. Well, I made a change down here on mine, so he's at first base.
To first base, okay. And we have a pitching change for Central.
Okay.
Got some changes here. We got Cooper Jones pitching now,
Pitching for Central
and
Hardin,
first base is Nolan Francis, and it's taking over for Cooper there.
one at
Okay.
first
So
for
first
defense.
base, we're going to go with. Tell me who did you say that? We got numbers.
Yes, sir.
Cooper Jones
20,
is going to the
yeah.
mound.
22 for 14.
Read me numbers again. 22 for 14. So if I read this right,
Yeah, I'm following you.
Nolan Francis,
I know Nolan Francis.
and he's going to first base,
That's
and that means Mr. Cooper is going to the mound, And the guy out of this thing is actually Brandon Grider, who was in a DH anyhow for him. So all that we're going to do is add Francis for. Okay, Francis is replacing Grider. That's how that works.
Correct. Clear as mud, as they say. Oh my.
But he's not batting. Dylan
Correct.
Bland's still the hitter.
Right.
So he's in that.
For E-Town, number 17, Greenwell.
Yes, Greenwell batting for E-Town, starting off their inning here at the top of the fifth.
Okay, here's
Down
Cooper
10
Jones.
to 6. Let's see what Cooper does and what Logan does here.
Well, and now Cooper Jones, it catches my attention. He throws with the wrong arm out there, and he's a pretty good sized fella out there to be coming at you.
Yes,
So
he
let's see how he does here. And brings it right over the top. Has pretty good velocity with that.
Absolutely.
This is a little change because I didn't see him pitch last year.
Okay. I don't think I saw him pitch last year either, but he can do it. He's definitely capable.
And I mean, we didn't call every game that was
Mhm.
played. I just never saw him pitch last year.
Right.
But you're talking about a change of pace from right and fast and breaking and
Yes.
come back to that left side.
Yep.
Got to readjust a little bit.
Good pitch right there. Right on the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So
To the
add to your repertoire that big left-handed pitchers are
yes, sir.
Always in demand.
Coach Thompson likes the left-handed pitcher. That's
Ground
it.
ball.
Hard.
Heidelman's going to
Heidemann
backhand. Going
backhands
to
it.
have a long throw. A nice play.
Boy, nice play right there.
That
Backhand.
was a heads-up play. Good hustle all down the line and a good fielding play.
And Jones did what he needed to do, get a ground ball. And Hardin made a great stop there.
Yes,
Just
it was.
planted and threw a strike over to first to
And Greenwell
Nolan
was
Francis there.
moving down the line too, so don't get that wrong.
That's right. And then that brings up Paul Fipke
Pipke
for
is,
Elizabethtown.
had a single and grounded out.
First ball is the outside for ball 1. Yeah, Fipke started out pitching, moved to second, right?
Yes.
Comes the next pitch.
And as I say,
high and outside there. It's
kind of
2-0.
a victim of circumstance because he
Yes.
pitched well.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Did what you're supposed to do as a pitcher, throwing ground balls.
that was a little bit of Grider's third inning thing.
Yes.
He pitched well. He
Yes.
was doing his job, and he didn't get a break in there when you bobble a ball or you make a little error with it. It's kind of
It snowballs.
snowball. That's and it might be a good term today.
That might be. I haven't seen it snow yet. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's ball 4. So that puts Fipke on. With 1 out, that brings Coleman Clark, the first baseman, who started at third, but he's moved over to
Now,
first
I have
with
to
the
tell you,
pitching change.
as a coach, that's frustrating.
Yes.
Your pitcher does his job, gets the ground ball, and comes out and walks the next guy.
Next guy.
Throw strikes, throw
Yes.
strikes, throw strikes.
Yes.
It's tough. Easier said than done.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
Because the guys that can't do that is pretty obvious up in the big leagues getting a lot of money.
Yes. Yes.
Their mistakes, they measure in feet.
Yes. That one came right at us. Foul ball, strike 1.
I was trying to think the other night, I heard somebody saying they hit one of those tape measure 450,
Good
60-foot
night.
shots in one of those stadiums, and must have been indoors or at warm weather.
Okay. Swung on, missed.
Took a
Brings the
little-
count to 0-2.
Took a little off that one.
Got no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner, Paul Fipke at first. Jones gets the signal, comes set, checks the runner. That one's up in the zone.
Just a little bit high. You see him jump over and
Yes.
get that. Now, your runners, now they have to make an adjustment too with a left-handed pitcher. They have to watch a little different move.
Right.
And I was out this early. They've seen much in the left-handers, so they'll be a little more cautious to see some moves.
Good pitch.
Good breaking pitch.
You know what I liked about that pitch there, Dan, is he's been coming over the top. You know, his delivery is over the top. But that one was kind of like three-quarters. It wasn't exactly the same spot, and he just changed up a little bit and had a break to it as well.
Well, and it fooled the batter because
Yes,
he
it
was
did.
looking for a different pitch, and he knew it was coming in on the strike, and he tried to foul it off, but he tried to make contact with it, but it fooled him.
That brings Cade Bailey to the plate. He's the E-Town.
And there's a pitch up out of the
Wild
zone.
pitch, hard to handle. It gets by the catcher. Cade Bailey is the DH for E-Town. He's a junior, I believe. That's right. But the Paul Thipke advances. The runner from first advances to second. So we got ball one, no strikes, 2 outs, and runner at second. 10-6 in favor of Central.
So, Chris, when you played
Yes, sir.
baseball, were you, as you say in hitting, did you like to guess the pitch and say, okay, fastball is what I'm going after, and if it's not that, I'm not going
to. If it was a strike, that's what I was swinging at.
Swinging at, okay.
Yes, sir. I didn't pay attention to if it was breaking or fast or what. If it was where I liked it, I would swing at it.
Good pitch right there.
But I love the game.
Well,
Love the game.
you see major leagues, they get a lot of money, but you know there's pitchers that they're only going to swing at that one pitch.
Right.
They can't hit anything else. And did he go around? Did he go around? Did he go around? Nope, he did not.
2 balls and 2 strikes. He checked his swing.
He didn't go around. He checked.
He did. He checked.
But
yes, I never looked for my pitch. It was.
I think the better hitters go to the plate and take whatever's pitched up there, and the singles hitters, that type of thing. I think. Ooh,
There it was
boy.
again. He dropped
Good
down
breaking
through that curveball, froze the batter, and we get to write a backwards K because that's what you write in the scorebook, a backwards K.
I just did that. And you knew that was coming up, didn't you? So Panthers had a walk and no hits. So no hits, no runs, 1 left on.
Got another pitch change here for Elizabethtown. Number 20, I believe that's Meinhardt. Yep. Dirk Meinhardt is a senior.
For 19.
20 for 19. Perfect.
Okay.
You get that? 20 for 19.
I'm looking over here. I'm slow. I have to do bookkeeping work, and so I got 20.
Too many numbers on my paper here.
I know, we get going in that. Is that, no, I've got, no, wait a minute. I can't do that one. Let me do this one. Dirk Meinhardt,
That's it.
senior, and he is for 19. That's Clay Games.
Correct.
So now I got to
And-
go over here and figure all that out over
Yeah,
here.
while you're figuring that out, Central is going to bring to the plate Skylar Lucas, the second baseman, Jack Bibb, the right fielder, and Tyler Wood, the catcher. And we appreciate our sponsors. And we appreciate the students at the school here putting this production together.
And I got,
Number 20, Dirk Meinhardt.
when I get all these things changed up here, we're in the
You
fifth,
got it.
So I got a new pitcher.
Colonial Interiors, Corbin's Floor Coverings, and Burger King. All Central Hardin.
You know, you talked about the field looking nice earlier. Coach Thompson, and not just Coach Thompson, but Coach Pitts, all the coaches
Number 17,
work
second
extremely
base,
hard to keep these fields green and nice. I never played on a field this nice.
Yeah, it's the
Very nice fields.
haven't had any weather yet, and we'll green these fields up a little bit.
Yeah.
And we again quickly thank our sponsors, and that being Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com. Pitch.
Hit hard down the left field
Foul.
line. Is it going to stay? Nope, it's not.
Okay.
And that's down there in the mud pit. It's really wet and nasty down there where that ball is right now.
No.
Traditionally.
Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Sailor, eTown Exterminating, and West Point Bank. I got them in
Well
there.
done. Well done.
Between pitches. Those we appreciate their sponsorship.
Yes.
And supporting all the athletics and other events that go on.
Ball one ball, one strike. On the second baseman for Central, Skylar Lucas, number 17. He's a junior. Skylar's grounded out 3 times today.
Another
ball.
foul, the left side. Minard's listed as a senior, does pitching and third base, and third pitcher of the game. In the cold weather, you may not be trying to throw anybody too much, and
That was ball 2. Very wide and in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs for Central in the bottom of the 5th. The old swing and bunt goes foul.
I noticed these nice grass
Yes.
infield line. I like that dirt where we could pile it up. You couldn't bunt it foul.
Yeah.
But
I've heard of teams doing that.
oh, I did it all the time.
Did it all the time. Okay.
It's fair for both teams. I mean, we just
There you go.
it sloped in from the line in. There's a ground ball. We're going to be charged over here short. There's a long throw in the dirt, and going to get away and not going anyplace else. Well, that was a tough play to begin with. Gregory
Yes.
had to go to his left. He made a long throw, and that may go as an infield hit. I don't know if they had him if he caught it.
I believe he didn't catch it. So
Yeah, but even if he caught it, he may have beaten it out there a little bit. It was.
So now we got a runner at first. Brings Jack Bibb to the plate. He was hit it hard. Hits it hard again up the middle.
Could be two.
Could
They got
be.
the
There's
one
one.
and the throw not going to be there. Bibb
Bibb
legs
beat
it out.
Yes, he does.
So fielder's choice, and they get 6-4 for the put out on Lucas. And Bibb's on it first on the fielder's choice. Here's Tyler Wood, who's hit it at somebody every time. Breaks outside, ball 1. Wood grounded to short. He hit into, well, he grounded to third, and then he popped up to second.
That one gets by the catcher. We'll advance Bibb to second. So we got 2 balls and no strikes. Got to bring him a strike here. Good pitch there.
Good pitch. You broke it off and hit that outside part of the plate. Maybe just off the plate enough to get you swinging away.
2 balls, 1 strike, so 1 out. We got a runner on second. Jack Bibb for Central.
It's
So the
about-
curveball, and it gets away from the catcher just a little bit. Bibb advances to third smartly. I know they teach them to read it if it's in the dirt and get a good secondary lead and take off. Put the pressure on. Got to do it.
Williams at third, Gregory at short, Bipke at second.
Oh, my.
and Clark
That one's hit very high.
way high, and that's gonna.
It tags up.
Oh yeah,
And
not
he
gonna
will score pretty easily.
pretty easily. So Tyler Wood finally connects, makes something that's a sacrifice fly, and it goes F to 7. But the run's going to score by going around those bases. A pass ball and a wild pitch gets the runner in scoring position, and that's how you score on that sacrifice.
Yes, it does. That's how it works. Now batting is Cooper Jones. He's pitching for Central now. And he ropes it promptly into right field for a base hit.
And we'll see if they
That
do
ball hard.
if they do a courtesy runner here.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 2.
Yes, they are bringing a courtesy runner out.
That's 25.
Number 26.
26.
Runner for the pitcher, number 26, Bryce Pruitt.
Bryce Pruitt.
Bryce Pruitt as the courtesy runner. Okay.
Yes. And now batting for Central is the center fielder, Isaac Peters, number 2. We got a runner on first. A pretty good lead over there, too.
I wouldn't be surprised he didn't
And that was inside, ball 1.
maybe try to get him in scoring position here.
Maybe so.
With the
First pitch with the ball. Pitcher comes set. Brings the pitch.
low.
That one was low, so we had 2 balls and no strikes.
We're in the 5th inning, 11-6 our score here. Central off to a 3-0 lead, fell behind 6-3, then scored 7 to go up 10-6, and then they picked up 1 here in this inning. And there's 2 balls now, no strike. Meinhardt's the 3rd pitcher for Elizabethtown. Fipke started, Gaines in relief, and now Meinhardt in relief. There's a strike on the inside corner.
Yep. (11-6) is the score. Central's ahead.
There goes the runner.
Inside.
Pitches inside.
Yeah.
Oh, it hit him. They said it hit him.
Hit him. That gives runners first and second with 2 outs. Brings Dylan Bland to the plate. Dylan Bland is the DH for Central today.
Okay, Bland
Dylan's hit it hard a couple times too.
Yeah, he has, and hits that right at third, and a big up, and that may
Made the
score a
third
run.
base.
Yeah, because it ran up the chute there and then bounced into the outfield.
He hit that one hard on the nose.
Next up for the Bruins, number 21, 3rd baseman Carson Yates.
Yeah, brings up the 3rd baseman for Central, Carson Yates, number 21.
So the run scores. That's the 2nd run into the inning, and
Carson has reached on an error last time. He's walked and scored and struck out looking. See what he does with the runners on first and second and 2 outs. Central's up 12-6. There's Steelan, and he is out. Caught him stealing at 3rd base. Good throw, good tag, good play with the 3rd out of the inning.
For the
Bruins pick up 2 runs to make it 12-6, and that ends the 5th inning.
okay, gone through 5. It's 12-6 Central. Hardin through 5, and in that 6th inning coming up for the Panthers, Coach Pitts will have coming up. I've got Spencer Brandenburg. I believe it'll be Brandenburg, Meinhardt. If I'm looking correct, no, I'm not looking correct. Yes, I am.
Yeah, good luck with that. I don't know how they do that.
And
Camden Williams.
Kevin Williams, yeah.
It's going to be Spencer Brandenburg, somebody.
Meinhardt. Well, Meinhardt's scheduled.
Okay.
Because he came in for game.
Yeah, I believe he's coming out of the dugout with a helmet on. Meinhardt is, so.
So that's how it looks right now in the
Yes.
coming up in the 6th inning here. And again, I'm going to thank our sports coverage crew here today.
Yes.
All from Central Hardin, Amy Loomis, Adam Thomas, Kyle Mattingly, Jacob Reisner, Lauren Wilson, Corey Hilton, and Dale Means, our sponsor. And folks, bless you down there on the cameras.
Yes.
I don't know if you got enough clothes to be wearing down there today. I believe put on those Alaskan hoodies and gloves and mittens and hide down there behind the camera.
But it could be worse. It could be spitting snow or
It could be
rain.
spitting snow, yeah.
And it would be miserable then. Well, I guess there was a Major League game the other night that they called. They canceled it because it was too cold.
Yeah, I saw a picture of paper of in Pittsburgh where it was the pitcher was on the mound and it was blowing snow. And it was
Mercy.
you ever think about this? Let's play baseball in May, shorten the season,
I
and have the
agree.
World Series in September and not in November. And
I'd be okay with that. I love baseball, but it does seem like the season lasts too long.
well, one of the things that I get concerned, I don't think you see you're at the peak of your game in August, September, and then you play into November, and you're going into playing Yankee Stadium. It's 20 below zero, and I don't think you see true baseball at that. I mean, it's just
no. Oh my, good hit
shot.
right there.
Oh,
But a
what
nice stab right there by
Hardin.
Heidman.
Man,
Flashing some leather there.
that was well hit. You can't hit it
He
much
hit
better.
that very well, but hit it. He had a good jump on it, Heidemann did, and he reached up, jumped up, and kind of just stabbed out here. Good
I
play.
thought it was a hit.
Very
to
good.
Center field.
I did too. I thought it was a hit as well. And here's the pitcher, Meinhardt, for.
That's not Meinhardt.
It's not Meinhardt?
I don't think so. Is it? Looking at numbers.
Pitch right there.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good place to be right there. Good little breaking ball right on the edge of the outside.
That's Dirk
corner.
Meinhardt. Okay.
Got no balls and one strike. That ball's hit up
Bounce
the
it.
middle,
Heidemann.
right
Ooh.
to Heidemann. Snow cones it a little bit. On the
Ooh.
run. Ooh, nice play. Good
Two
feet
plays.
work. Oh, good feet work by Francis there to make that play.
You get feet work or do you get footwork?
Footwork, feet work.
Well, both feet moves.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
If both foots move, you
Okay.
get feet, right?
Exactly. Now, if we're gonna critique each other's English, I'm in big trouble.
What's that word you use? Critique?
Critique. Yeah, I actually used it in a sentence and used it properly. There's a good pitch right there. Fouled off.
So if I say that
And you're an educator.
that
You
you-
should know these things.
well, according to some people, I'm just a poor old bully, ignorant education.
Education. Okay, there's no balls and one strike on the hitter, Camden Williams. There's a hitter. There goes Cooper dropping his arm there a little bit, coming at a different angle.
But see, if you go back and you don't remember when Dizzy and Pee Wee did the game of the week,
No.
and Dizzy would talk about Dizzy Dean
Oh, okay.
and then how he slid into third base.
I think he and we could probably communicate pretty well.
He would tell a story.
Slud.
He hit a home run in a rain, and he swung so hard, and it was raining so hard the ball went in front of the plate in a mud puddle, and he ran to first, and the catcher he done picked up the ball and he throwed it over the first baseman's head, and I run to second and I slid into second and he threw it over the second baseman's head.
Oh my!
And I run to third, and they threw it over the third baseman's head, and I slid into third, and I picked up and ran home and slid into home with an inside the park home run on one that went 3 feet. Now that was Dizzy's.
Okay.
I don't know
Is
whether
your wife listening to this? Because she's
No, she
gonna.
won't
Okay,
listen.
that's good.
I'm just telling you that Dizzy had a
Interesting way of. Oh.
well, yeah, and
Meanwhile, we have the batter just made it to first base on
On a
four
walk.
four
On a
balls
walk,
on a
yeah.
walk. That's Camden.
But
Camden Williams there.
Pee Wee Reese, who was up, of course, Kentucky, the
Yes.
little captain for the Dodgers, and he worked with Dizzy Dean, and it was always, you never knew what Dizzy was going to talk about. But
Got
was,
Sounds like my kind of guy. We've got Wes Irwin, the center fielder for E-Town, coming up,
almost
stepping into the plate.
good play over there by Francis.
Yes.
Held that one over there at first. Well, I mean, you had a lot of commentators back then that, of course, Dizzy played in the 40s and
Good pitch right there. Strike one.
a 30-game winner.
Wow.
He was Dizzy, and his brother was Daffy.
Oh my.
Dizzy and Daffy
Dizzy
Dean.
and
They played
Daffy
for the St.
Dean.
Louis Cardinals.
Hmm.
Or I don't know,
When,
St.
when did
Louis.
they play? What year was
Yeah,
that?
it was the 30s and 40s.
Okay.
But,
Comes the next pitch.
But he was
Strike
in
two.
the broadcasting booth there for a long time, and it was just. And back then you had the game of the week, CBS, and
Right.
it was the Yankees.
Yes.
That's why you grew up
America's
a Yankee
team, the Yankees.
Yeah, you grew up a Yankee fan.
Oh, they were winners. Good pitch right there.
Oh,
Man, that is nasty.
Nasty curve.
Coming down, he drops his arm a little bit, kind of sideways, and brings it with a hook to it. Man, I like it.
Warringtown on top of the sixth, no runs, no hits.
Well, and it's a little bit like I said. I didn't see him pitch last year, but boy, I tell you that curveball is hard to mess with.
It
right
is.
there.
It is.
So had a walk, but no runs, no hits, and
Yes.
one left on, no errors. And for Central, as we go into the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, bottom of the sixth.
Okay, and I've got to go look at my chart here again because I had to mark out all these
Why don't
numbers.
you do that? Why don't you do that?
7 is now 6, so now I can say we've got Yates, Elmore, and Hardin.
Hardin, yes.
Do it. And we'll go back and say again thank you to our sponsors. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools, and Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, West Point Bank, Bluegrass Cellular, and eTown Exterminating. And again, we thank all our sponsors, and you can get our local broadcasts. They're live on Brandenburg Telecom Channel 1, and then you get Comcast Channel 2 and TWC Cable Channel 25, and that's our home bases. And,
Okay, so I was watching baseball highlights the other night. I don't know if you caught this or not, but did you catch the Houston Astros game where they hit the pop fly, or it landed about 5 feet? They tried to catch it, but they didn't.
okay.
You saw that?
I did not see.
Like 2 or 3 players came. It was right, real close. There was a pop fly right out here in front of home plate, and the runner came all the way around and scored the final run of the game. Never seen that happen before.
Well, and it's really difficult when you get one up over the plate because your catcher is turned backwards to it.
Right.
He's got to turn around and be an outfielder to
Right.
catch that one. And then your pitcher generally doesn't feel those, so you depend on your
Good
first
pitch.
base or third baseman to come in and get them.
Yeah, right.
And if the catcher can find the ball when it went up, he really got a difficult time.
Right.
It's
Hey,
straight over his head.
we have a pinch hitter here
Whoa,
for Central, number 20.
good
Who
play.
grounds it? Who was that? Number 20 there. Cade. I think that's Cade.
That's Caden Wilson.
Yep.
Caden Wilson was pinch hitter.
Usually a pretty good little hitter, but he grounded out to shortstop there. Caden Wilson. And now batting for Central, number 11, Chase Elmore, their left fielder. Ball a little low. Chase has scored twice.
That was a good play by Gregory.
Yes, it was. Reached on an error, got a double.
Came off the
And
end of the bat and had that spin on it. It's hard to feel.
Yes.
Elmore's had a good day.
Yes,
Scored
he
a
has.
run. A couple stolen base.
Good pitch there on the outside. Outside a little bit, so 2 balls and 1 strike to Elmore. The sophomore left fielder for Central.
Again, as we said, we'll be moving
Low.
Thursday, weather permitting, and right now they're saying warm weather, but
I'll take it.
E-Town will be out at John Hardin on Thursday. We'll be doing that. It'll be a tape game, but a John Hardin team hopefully improving this
Yes.
year. And again, it's a big district matchup
Yes.
again. And
So the count is 3-2 on Elmore. He just fouled that one off. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled off his foot. Yes, those district games are important, without question. And as I read the paper, there's a lot of parity this year.
well, yeah, you have to look. North Hardin has a pretty strong team coming back.
Nice.
Good pitch right
Yeah,
there.
around the corner. Yep.
Good job. That's one of those backwards Ks.
Yes, sir. Exactly. So we've got 2 outs. That brings the leadoff batter for Central, the shortstop, Austin Heidemann.
North brings back a pretty good mixture of some veterans, some new people, and boy,
Well,
that
that
ball
is
is slammed.
hammered into the hole. Right between third and short, base hit for Heidemann. 2-out hit. It's going to bring Skylar Lucas, the second baseman,
Now batting
to the
for
plate.
Brewers,
2
number
outs.
17, Skylar Lucas.
And so North will be in contention. You look at
They're always well coached, too.
and
Coach Adcock's
yeah,
good guy, knows what he's doing.
they came on strong at the end of last year, playing off a pretty good start this year. Pop up,
Hanging
got a
curveball, foul.
just
play.
out of play.
Yeah.
And Fort Knox, again, they're right now, Coach Wilson over saying maybe the youngest team he's ever had at Fort Knox. And that doesn't bode well for them, because if they're playing younger classmen, they just don't get a chance to mature. It's just hard to walk into any group if you don't have that veteran background, and they just sometimes just don't have it. They start out and get a year or two in, and they're shipped out, and it's a difficult situation. But
so Lucas here, Skylar, is no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, and I got a runner up first. Ball in the dirt, Heidemann takes off running.
But the
second.
other part of that, you look around down the region, here's Meade County.
Yes.
They have a new coach, but also it's Meade County. They're always tough. And then you just go down the road to Hodgenville, you got a LaRue County team that's always around.
Yes.
So there are region teams that you have to contend with, and a couple other. Boy,
another one hammered.
Really
turned
hit
on that
hard.
one, yanked it right down the third baseline for a double. Hustling. Good hit by Lucas there. That pitch was up and in, and he just turned on it and sent it.
Now batting for the Brewers,
And that
number
plates
30,
Heidemann,
fielder Jack Bibb.
making the score 13-6 in favor of Central. That brings Jack Bibb to the plate.
Bibb has singled, and he has been on with the fielder's choice.
So it'll be interesting, the baseball season. Because
Well,
there's no gimmies. It's going to be tough. Lucas advances on a bobble by the catcher. Ball in the dirt, actually. 1-0 the count to Jack Bibb, the right fielder for Central. Curveball outside, ball 2. Good stop by the catcher, moving his feet and getting in front of it. That one gets by the catcher, and here comes Lucas into score.
Haven't hit that was about a 55-foot pitch.
Those are hard to block.
No, it bounced right over his head. There's not much you can do about it.
No.
It's,
Makes it 3-0 to count to Bibb here. 2 outs. In the bottom of the 6th. Score 14-6 in favor of Central.
nobody on now, 2 away. Good
Down
pitch.
the middle, yeah. Had some movement on it, too. Kind of cut inside there a little bit.
Cut inside a little bit, didn't it?
So now it's 3-1. 2 outs. That one was up a little bit, and he got under it.
Should be fielded out there, right? It's Irwin.
Yes.
And under it, and it's the 3rd out on a big fly ball to center. But the damage was we had a single and a double, and 2 runs on 2 hits, and nobody left on. And so after 6, it's 14-6. So the Panthers will have to plate 8 runs to get this to tie.
Correct.
I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change.
We do.
So let's see how we're going to. Cooper is going back to first base. This is number 17, and And help me find this on here. That is Skylar Lucas. So Skylar, who's been in the game at
second base.
yeah, he's been over at second base. He's going to come to the mound, and so he's coming to the mound. Lucas.
So if Lucas moves to the mound, we got ourselves a new second baseman. I can't see his number out there.
Okay, I had 4, and that's Devin Jaggers.
Devin Jaggers.
Your attention, please. On to pitch. The 7th inning for the Bruins, number 17.
Jaggers
Devin
is
Jaggers.
27.
What year is Jaggers
He's
there?
a senior.
He's a senior, okay.
Move to first base. Into the game for defense at second base, number 4, Luke Logan.
Oh, Luke Logan. Sorry. Luke Logan, who's a junior.
Okay, what are they giving it? Logan?
His name is Luke Logan, yes.
Okay.
Number
then
4.
I'm reading different numbers. Maybe I'm picking up the wrong.
Good throw there.
Leading off
And leading off
Oh,
for
okay.
E-Town.
Yeah,
E-Town.
okay. I've got a different sheet here. I got number 4
E-Town.
on.
E-Town sends to the plate this inning. Jay Gregory's going to lead off, the shortstop, then Logan Greenwell, and then Paul Fipke.
Okay.
Down 14-6. Let's see what the Panthers do here.
Yeah,
Swung
Lucas-
on and hit to right field. Jack
and
Bibb gets a good jump on it, gets underneath it, and makes a nice little play there.
One
First
pitch, one out.
Yep, that's what you like. One pitch, one out.
Number 17, Greenwell.
Here's Logan Greenwell. I've got 4 sheets here, and I picked up 3 different numbers. So isn't that good? So I looked up 4, and I hit E-Town's sheet and got Devin Jaggers. So I'm shuffling. I have to read the top of the
Sorry.
page. One of them says Elizabethtown. One of them says Central
Right.
Hardin. So I have to read.
So we apologize to the Jaggers family. We apologize to Luke Logan out there.
Well, we'll get
Yeah,
them. Well, we mentioned their names. So
That's right, that's right.
But that's
so Logan Greenwell has grounded to short twice, and looks like he reached on an error to shortstop and scored. He is the count now to him is 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out. Outside part of the plate, that's 3 balls and 1 strike. To the senior,
Logan's a senior.
yeah. That's swung on, hit foul.
A little bit behind Lucas
Yeah.
here. He's throwing quite a pretty
Yes, he is.
good velocity on it. Now, Chris, generally, don't they try to do a little JV and things after the ball game? I don't know if they'll do today with the weather, but
Yeah, they will.
yeah, and I think that's good. The teams do that
Absolutely.
and get in an inning or 2 or something and let these kids play a little bit. Because I tell you, it's so much trouble to put a JV team
Yes.
on the bus and a coach anymore.
Right.
I think that's a good deal when the teams do this.
I learned tonight, too, that East Hardin actually has a team this year, like a middle school team
Yes,
that's in
they
a
do.
conference. So that's
Went
good that
around.
they've got
And a
teams
strikeout.
doing that. Yeah. Logan Greenwell goes down on a strikeout, so 2 down. Brings up Paul Fipke.
Now batting
Yeah, I think it's
number
good to keep them playing because you have a lot of little league, but there's a gap there
Yeah,
between
there is
little
a
league
gap.
and
Yeah.
middle school. But I know E-Town has a middle school team, and East Hardin does, and then I guess North Hardin has one too. So
I
they're
don't
in a
know.
conference together.
I don't know, and I don't know exactly. But as far as the middle school having that, I think it's
Excellent.
good if they can do that. There's a
Ground
ground
ball
ball.
to
This
second
could be the
base.
game.
Yes.
And
Logan makes a
Logan
play.
gets the play, 4-3,
That'll do it.
and that's, as you said, that is going to do it. We have a complete game here at Central Hardin. Final score is going to be Central Hardin 14, Elizabethtown 6, in a game of Central jumped out 3-0. Panthers came back,
Yes.
scored 6, a 6-3 lead, and then Central exploded for
for the Bruins stay
7 to go out 10-6, and then they've added a couple innings here to come out to a final 14-6. Winning pitcher is going to go over to
winning pitcher today,
Brendan
Greider.
Grider,
Yes.
and losing pitcher will be Fipke.
Stay tuned.
And the other part, you're going to look at that. It's early. It's a cold day. There were some, I think, unforced errors. I mean, they were ground ball errors and things this way, and little throwing errors. But I think cold weather a little bit to do with this because your arm's not loose out there. We had a couple of
Right.
throws. Well, Central made a couple bad throws a second. Panthers had a drop ball or two a couple places early. It's a district win. That's what's important.
Yes.
Central, as E-Town doesn't want to lose these.
No.
But we talked to Coach Pitts. What he said before the game. It's really early. We haven't played much,
That's
and we're not in any group. So I think his concern is improvement. I know how he coaches. It will be improvement.
Absolutely.
For Central,
Yes.
it's a matter of building every game, getting stronger,
Yes.
and bringing up your younger players to work in with your older players. And right now, Central's off to a great start.
Yes.
7-0. And again, but
I'm good pitching tonight too. And you got to have good pitching.
Got to come in and relief did a good job. So let me once again thank our crew here: Amy Loomis, Adam Thomas, Kyla Mattingly, Jacob Reisner, Lauren Wilson, Corey Hilton, and our director Dale Mings. That's running all our cameras tonight. Again, a quick thank you to our sponsors: Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, E-Town Apartments, West Point Bank, Bluegrass Sailor, and E-Town Exterminating. And again, final score here from Central Hardin on a chilly afternoon, 14-6 Central over the Panthers. Chris, thank you for joining along tonight.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. I love talking baseball and talking with you.
For Chris Geiger, this is Dan McCamish. Thank you for joining us. Come out and support all these teams, and we will see you Thursday. Thank you.
This has been a Hardin County Educational Community Television student production. Live local sports on Brandenburg Telecom Channel 1, and all rebroadcast on Brandenburg and Comcast Cables Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Channel 184, and on our YouTube site. Also check out our live sporting events on nfhs.com or visit us at hardin.k12.ky.us. Hardin County Educational and Community Television, located in Hardin County, Kentucky, a division of Hardin County Schools, airing on Brandenburg, Comcast, and Spectrum, and also streaming online.
Providing live coverage of local high school sports.
Covering community and school events, while teaching students along the way.
HCEC-TV, the area's leading educational and government access channel, training the next generation of media arts students.
Control your home even when you're not there with Brandenburg Telecom's home automation service. Turn lights on and off, lock and unlock doors, and change settings on your thermostat using your smartphone or tablet. Stop worrying whether or not you remember to close the garage door, and save money by programming your thermostat to reduce energy used when you're not home. Call Brandenburg Telecom for a free quote and enjoy the convenience of having home automation, phone, TV, and internet service, all from one local company.
All right, son, you ready to open your first savings account?
Yes, I am.
West Point Bank has been growing with our customers for over 30 years. We know what it takes to support them in every stage of their life. You need a bank that you know and trust to help you reach your goals and make your dreams come true. West Point Bank, hometown banking made simple.
You have a choice because not all physical therapy is the same.
So when you need physical therapy, come to the one chosen as Hardin County's Reader's Choice winner 4 years in a row.
We are always working to better educate and stay ahead of the latest advancements in physical therapy.
Physical therapy can get you back doing what you love to do.
If you're experiencing pain, loss of mobility, or just want to feel better,
come see us at Physical Therapy Associates in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Hodgenville, and now open in Brandenburg.
Hey, Elizabethtown, need a new pad? Hop on over to eTownApartments.com or call 268-RENT for all your rental needs. Look for our trucks, they're all over town. We have apartments, townhomes, duplexes, and houses. Remember to hop on over to eTownApartments.com or call 268-RENT for all your rental needs.
With a nationwide network that goes where you go and data that travels at your speed, Bluegrass Cellular strives to connect in more ways with the community, with the world, and most important, with you. Now at Bluegrass Cellular, double your discount when you buy a new smartphone. Get twice your trade-in value up to $650. Why settle for less when you can do more with a new smartphone and get more for your trade? To learn more, visit bluegrasscellular.com or stop by your nearest location to trade in and save today. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
Exterminating, a locally owned, family-run pest control company, has been serving Hardin County and the surrounding area since 1976. E-Town Exterminating provides pest control for residential and commercial properties. E-Town Exterminating on Ring Road in Elizabethtown. Phone 737-6900.
E-Town Exterminating, what the buzz is all about.
For additional information on HCEC-TV programming, call 270-769-8855 or email gina.ryan@hardin.kyschools.us. On behalf of HCEC-TV, we would like to thank all of our live sports coverage sponsors.